refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm back with another episode. AJ, you good? All right, and as you can see, I'm collaborating with my guy, AJ, part of AJ's Birds, Unfazed, part of the R2L network. Obviously, as you can see, he's an Eagles fan. How you doing, my boy?
I'm doing good, man. So as y'all can see, having some technical difficulties today, but we live, man. We here. We ready to get this draft thing started, man. I'm looking forward to it this year. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to the actual draft, man. I feel like we deep at a lot of positions this year, Carl. I feel like we deep at a lot of positions, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm ready to get going.
Now, for those who don't know, this is actually me and AJ's third year doing this, but last year, we added one of our own guys, a part of the network as well. He's part of the community. Another Eagles fan, a guy's opinion who I trust a lot when it comes to evaluating guys and talking about skill sets. Kev, I'm gonna bring him up. If you don't pop up, I'm kicking back that stage. But we got my boy Kev in the building. What's
up, boss? What's going on, fella?
Kev, I don't know what's going on, but you look like you in the 50s.
I don't know what's going on. I guess we in the 50s.
Yeah.
Back when the Eagles win the championships, you know what I mean?
Hey, your word's not mine, my brother. But man, yeah, like I said, man, this is our second year doing it with Kev. This is our third year doing it. It's crazy how time flies. Kev has also been a part of our first round draft show we done. Going to be the fourth year when we do it this year. So for sure, excited to hear everybody's picks. If you got a trade, let it fly. And at the end, we're going to give one draft sleeper. Not that we think is going to get drafted in the first round, but a guy that we think could make an impact that people may or may not be talking about. So let me get to these comments, and we're going to start it off right away with the Vegas Raiders. Shout out my boy Chris, part of the flock. He said the guys, the Ravens just released some uniforms. Now, I think they clean, but I also do think they look kind of like the uniforms we already had. But shout out to whoever had the idea of that chrome black helmet with the old school logo. That was tough. And then shout out to Bella Tunes 1. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the content. And then Chris said Kev the Junkie Ghost. If you don't know, Kev and Chris got a lot of back and forth, and AJ too, but they have a ton of going on back and forth. So, but with that being said, one thing I want to say before we start, just to create the order, I will be giving my pick first. AJ will then give his pick, and then we will end with Kev. We're not changing the order. We're just going to go with the consistent order. So shout out to that. And we're going to start. Oh, I almost messed up already because it's something new. We're going to start with the Vegas Raiders. The Vegas Raiders are on the clock with the first pick. And the pick is in. And my pick that I think the Vegas Raiders will select is Fernando Mendoza, which a lot of people would agree with. Now, with Mendoza, right, a lot of people saw the Kirk Cousins trade and thought, why would they do that? They're getting Mendoza. But when you look at the contract, the free agency signing. But when you look at the contract, it's basically a mentorship contract. The shock value of 5 years, 168, that's cool. But when you actually look at the breakdown, he's probably going to be there for 3 years max. So they're going to have him there. They'll probably start Kirk Cousins Mendoza's first year so Mendoza can learn, which I love it. I do think that sometimes people draft quarterbacks high and they miss the developmental part of the drafting of a rookie, and it kind of can mess with them and ruin their career. So I think this was a great setup by the Raiders here, bringing in a Kirk Cousins who's a travel vet, bringing Mendoza under his wing, learning from Cousins, and then 2-3 years down the line, we're going to throw him to the fire instead of throwing him in the fire right away. Now Mendoza is a better athlete than what people can give him credit for. Now, a lot of concerns with Mendoza is when his first and second read's not there. A lot of people think he kind of panics moving, progressing through, basically through progressions. Mendoza, he does throw a really good back shoulder ball, which was tough for Miami to stop for sure in that national championship game. And he's going to have a running back. A lot of people say they had a running game at Indiana. Well, he got Ashton Genty. So good running game. Got some receivers to help him. Got Kirk Cousins to learn from. My pick is Mendoza. AJ, what is your pick for the Raiders?
Yeah, man, I got the Raiders taking Jeremiah Love. No, I'm playing. I'm playing, bro. I'm playing. I got him taking Mendoza. It's probably the easiest pick of the draft. He's the best quarterback in this year's draft. A surefire starter. Maybe not day one, but maybe year. I think maybe he can come in day one and start, honestly. But I do like the idea of bringing in Kirk Cousins, a guy that can kind of mentor him and, get him going in the right direction to start. Start right away. I do think, like I said, I think he could be a day one starter. I usually have questions about quarterbacks that come out of drafts like this where the quarterback class isn't the greatest. Like after him, I think you got like Ty Simpson, and that's kind of a decent little drop off as far as the draft is concerned. So I'm kind of a little when it comes to that, but he is the best quarterback available nevertheless. Good size, great arm talent, good overall body frame, accurate at all three levels, can move a little bit too, like you said, got some mobility to him. So I think he goes there number one.
All right, and Kev, the pick is in.
Man, everybody keep talking about Mendoza, man. I'm feeling the same way I did with Bryce Young, bro. I'm gonna go against
Bryce Young made the playoffs last year, brother.
I mean, I'm talking about when he was coming out of college, all right?
I know.
I'm feeling like everybody got this Mendoza marked as like automatic, and Tom Brady and them gonna come out there, and they gonna take Mendoza. But I do feel like I would not be surprised if they just hit the Fuju and drafted Francis McGowan. I think going with O-line probably would be – I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. 9 times out of 10, they're going to go with the young quarterback. He's the best quarterback in this draft. I just don't like the idea of being forced to take a quarterback that to number one just because he's the best quarterback in the draft. I understand this, what I'm saying, the most important position on the field, but like you're building a good team. Next year's gonna be a good quarterback draft. I don't see why not push the can down the road and just go one of these great offensive linemen that's in this draft. Build that O-line up. We saw, but like you brought up Genty. It wasn't Genty, it wasn't his talent. It was the fact that he didn't have nowhere to run to. We need to bust up that O-line, but 9 times out of 10, 9.999 times out of 10 is going to be Mendoza. So I ain't going to be the crazy one. I want to be, but I'm not going to be.
I feel like you want
to be stubborn all the time. So I'm not going to be stubborn this time.
I ain't going to lie. I felt like you wanted to say something like R2L Reese because R2L Reese does kind of seem like a Raiders type pick.
It is, but no, I wasn't even thinking that. I think it's O-line or you just go ahead and run Mendoza. Yeah.
Respect. All right, we're going to move on to the second team on the clock, and that is the New York Jets. Thank you. Are on the clock. I don't know why it took so long to do that, but my pick is in, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like this might be different. I'm going David Bailey here. I think David Bailey's the picker at 2. I don't think the Jets want to deal with an experiment in R2L Reese at the pass rusher position. I think they want a guy that's more so not proven because nobody's proven yet in terms of the NFL, but I would say proven in terms of what he did in college. And R2L Reese only has 7 career sacks. He had 6.5 last year, while David Bailey was like one of the leading sack getters in the country last season. So I think they get Texas Tech's David Bailey, he's quick. He could play the run, could play the pass. He was a part of one of the best defenses in Texas Tech last season with him and Romello Height on opposite ends of each other. And I think David Bailey is the pick here for the Jets to try to help get some pressure on the quarterback, to try to finally get an interception or something for the Jets. AJ, who is your pick? Muted. You muted.
I got you. I got Arvell Reese. I got him going number 2 to the Jets. And while I hear what you're saying, I still think he raw talent, but I think he could be a game wrecker. You know, I think he plays the run and the pass very well. Can play off-ball linebacker at an elite level. Very explosive player. I think it's what they need. So you got. I mean, at this position, you can go a lot of different ways, but I do think he's one of the best edge rushers / linebackers in this draft. So I think. Wouldn't say it's a no-brainer, but that's the way I would go if I was the Jets.
All right, and Kev, your pick is in.
At first, I ain't gonna lie, I had Bailey over and over again. It was always Bailey. But then I'm looking at what they most recently did. They originally drafted Jermaine Johnson, right, to get their star edge rusher when they got rid of Bryce Huff. They traded away. I mean, they ain't traded him away. They let him walk. Did they trade him? I think they traded him before.
They traded, man.
They traded him instead of giving him that 5th-year option. But Jermaine Johnson, I mean, he wasn't quite like a superstar edge rusher, but he wasn't bad. You understand? And I feel like they let him go because they're looking for a different style of play. That's what moved me off of Bailey in a sense, even though I know Bailey might be a better edge rusher in the NFL, maybe. But I think they were looking for someone who can be the dual guy, like what AJ brought up. Somebody who can also might play coverage. A lot of these edge rushers, a lot of these coaches are moving to that scheme to where they want their edge rushers to be multiple. So I just don't see them replacing Jermaine Johnson with a Bailey right here. I just don't see it. I think I got them taking Reese.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't think that they want to do with another project. Like Jermaine Johnson was good. He was solid, but I feel like he was also a project coming into the league as well. And he just didn't develop as good. Like he did solid. I can't lie. I think he did really solid. But they traded him for Tavondre Sweat. They traded him to Tennessee. I looked it up. But yeah, I just feel like they probably want the more polished guy. That's the word I was looking for. The more polished other guy in David Bailey.
No, I get it. That's why I was running with Bailey originally, but I was thinking like it's something in me that's telling me that the Jets are looking for what Reese is. Like, if you don't pan out here, we still can move you here. It's a need. So either way, we're filling the need with an elite guy. That's why I left our rest of that. So
yeah. Also, side note, I think my fault, AJ. I just think Arvell Reese is better as a backer, but he wants to play pass rush because they make more money. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. I get that too. Yeah.
Fair. I was just gonna respond to the comment from Chris. I'm shocked Chris don't want another receiver. I'm shocked.
Oh, don't worry. Hey, me and Chris
receiver draft.
Don't worry about it.
It's kind of wild. My bad. We go.
Don't worry about that.
We gonna get to
me and Chris got a second round pick that'll absolutely blow your mind at receiver. Don't worry about that.
That's if he there.
All right.
If
he gonna be there. Hey, don't speak that into existence, brother. He
I'm
gonna be
just
there.
telling you, you know what I'm saying?
He gonna be there.
Okay.
If he not, I'm gonna be sick. But I got in a backup plan in that too.
See,
Next.
in my background.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Hey, don't forget who finessed who with Jerry Alexander. Don't worry about that. Anyway, next we got the Cardinals on the clock.
Yes, sir.
All right, and with my pick is in. This is where I have Arvell Reese going, mainly because Cardinals took guys. Now I don't know if it's the same regime or not, but they took guys who's been like tweeners. They took Isaiah Simmons. They took Xavier Collins, and I think Arvell Reese is going to fall right in with this. So, and again, I think Arvell Reese could do both. I think he could play backer. He could rush the passer, so he gives them that versatility. So I'm going Arvell Reese here as the third pick, and he's more than likely, well, some would say best player available. Again, my best player in the draft isn't a traditional top 5 pick, but I'm going Arvell Reese here. AJ?
I'm going Sunny. This draft. I just want to put this out here. I feel like my picks is gonna shock some people because I'm kind of all over the place with mine. But I'm going Sunny Styles out of Ohio State. That's what I'm going right there at number 3. You know, he got safety like coverage skills. He's versatile, very reliable tackler. Only missed 2 games in 2025. I think he's a very solid player that can help be an anchor for that Cardinals defense. I feel like you can go to a lot of different ways with them. Like I kind of struggle with a lot of different positions. I think you can go O-line. I wouldn't be shocked if they went receiver kind of high. I know it's the third pick, but I wouldn't be shocked if they went a bunch of different positions. I think if this was a quarterback draft, I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and got a quarterback. You know what I mean? So, but I went with Sonny Styles. I think at this point, I think that's the safe pick for them. I just think he could be a pivotal piece for their defense.
I ain't mad at Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles,
I'm not
like
even.
sideline to sideline. I like
I'm
him.
not even.
All right, and Kev, your pick is in.
They got new head coach. Jonathan Gannon is gone. I think Arizona got, going off of what AJ was talking about them taking Sonny Styles, I think Arizona got PTSD, bro. I think this is when they move away from the multiple guys, the guys who are also super athletic, because they failed at these attempts like 2-3 times in a row. I think it's about time to change direction. Right here, it's pick 3. They can't keep letting this man, for instance. How you pronounce his name?
Francis Malva.
Malva, okay. That's probably not the right way, but I got them taking him. They got to. They don't have their quarterback yet per se for the future, but they're gonna need that. They're gonna have to boast in that O-line up. So I got them taking tackle. There's no way they're gonna be able to pass on it for real. Again, I mean, I could see them taking a receiver, but it seemed like as deep as this draft is at receiver, it's like the top receivers have been dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Like as we close we get to the drive, I feel like those top 2 guys that were supposed to go top 5, I feel like they're dropping. But we gonna move along to the next.
I feel you. I've heard some things. Now I'm not mad at that, especially being in the NFC West with the Seahawks. The Rams got some edge rushers. The 49ers got edge rushers. I ain't mad at that. And Jacoby Brissett is not the fastest, so I'm not mad at that pick. I got Malga going somewhere else. It's coming up though. But we'll move on.
Same
and
here.
we're going to next is on the clock is the Tennessee Titans. And my Titans pick, Jeremiah Love. Commanders fans might be sick because I know a lot of Commanders fans want Jeremiah Love. And the Titans have 2 solid backs in Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. So I actually like Tajay Spears coming out of Tulane. But the Titans can't pass on this guy in Jeremiah Love to help Cam Ward, get the pressure off Cam Ward. What helps a young quarterback, a good quarterback, a tight end, and a run game. And they get a run game here with Jeremiah Love. And I think he has a phenomenal rookie season. So I'm going to take Jeremiah Love here. He's fast, he's powerful. He can break runs. Y'all see the spin moves, all through YouTube and stuff like that. And they hurdled a couple guys. I'm taking Jeremiah Love here for the Titans. AJ, who do you have?
Yeah, I got the same thing, man. I got Jeremiah Love right here to the Titans as well. I think you took the words out of my mouth, man. Like, you get you a solid running back to go alongside with your young quarterback, Cam Ward. He a home run hitter. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can break tackles. I think you can make an argument he's the best overall player in the draft. I think you can make that argument. You know, just looking at the tape. He jumps off the tape. And so I think that's the position that they gotta attack right there. Again, another team though that could go just about anywhere. Like, you could go receiver for them as well. You can go defense. You can go edge. You can go a lot of different ways with the Titans as well because they have a lot of different holes. And I almost went receiver. But at the end of the day, man, if you could shore up that run game and take that pressure off Cam Ward so he don't have to drop back a billion times a game, I think that'll help your young quarterback out a ton. Get some good play action going. So, yeah, I got Jeremiah Love going here at 4 to the Titans.
And Kev, who do you have the Titans getting?
Jeremiah Love is what you would call the sexy pick for this pick right here. But I'm looking at the head coach. I'm looking at where he come from. Come from San Francisco. Just came from the Jets. Jets had a heck of a defense. San Francisco had a heck of a defense, right?
Fair.
And I'm looking at I know what's the coach's name again?
Robert Salah.
Yeah, Robert Salah. I know he's sitting there looking at Sonny Styles like, this is my dream guy to replace Fred Warner. Just to be that anchor of what I had with the Jets to get it going. You know, but like Carl brought up, the quarterback, Cam Ward, he need all the support around him. They see what they had. They have something special with him. But they got to build around him. and you start with the trenches. I'm going with an out of bounds pick. I don't know how many people have this guy going in, but I feel like he's the best offensive lineman in the draft. To be honest, I got Ole Vega, Yoni.
You got him going that high?
I got him going that high, bro. I'm just saying. I got him going
Respect.
to the Titans, bolstering up that O line. I think he's gonna be the best offensive lineman out of this draft.
Respect. I respect it. You gotta protect your
Mhm.
quarterback as well. You do have to protect your
Yeah.
assets. I do respect it
So
because
he might not be a tackle, but they got to get them guys together too. And I think I like these running backs in here. Don't get me wrong, Jordan Love. I mean, I said Jordan Love. Jeremiah
Jeremiah.
Love is one of a. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. He's a what you call generational talent, but it's some running backs I like in this draft. So yeah.
I would slow down the word generational, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love Jeremiah film for sure.
Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to say that, but that's the first word that came in my mind. So
he's a very elite talent at running back.
yeah, basically, yeah.
But I feel you, and on that same wavelength, I was thinking not Ione but Malga. I was kind of thinking that because they played together at the U.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I ultimately with Jeremiah Love. Next, we have the Giants on the clock. Now, my pick is in for the Giants. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I might ruffle some feathers here. I might be out of left field here. I got them going Jordan Tyson. I have the Giants going receiver and giving Jackson Dart another weapon in Jordan Tyson. Now, me personally, I think Jordan Tyson is the best receiver in this draft. I've been talking about Jordan Tyson for 2 years now. I didn't watch Jordan Tyson with no other receiver take Arizona State to the Big 12 championship. Now, I think he got hurt and didn't play in the Big 12 championship. But Cam Scatterbo then took over that year. But Jordan Tyson is a dog, man. He goes up and makes plays. He makes clutch plays. Like I said, in the clutch, they go to Jordan Tyson. He makes contested catches. Now, some people say his route running needs to be worked on. I think his route running is fine. Separation, I think it's fine. He's a big body. But I think they get a guy to go along with Malik Neighbors. So you have Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, which him and Scatterbo played together, Scatterbo and Jordan Tyson at Arizona State. You have Jackson Dart. I think Theo Johnson is still there at tight end. I think you ramp up that offense. Now, I don't know if they go D-tackle this high with the whole Dexter Lawrence news, but yeah, I went Jordan Tyson. AJ, who do you got here at 5?
I think you got to get some offensive line and help for Jackson Dart, bro. I think you absolutely have to right here. You know, we see the kind of punishment he took last year. We see all the concussions he racked up. I think Jackson Dart got crazy potential. I liked him coming out. I remember doing this show last year and being like, yo, I like Jackson Dart a lot. Like, I didn't like him more than Shador, but I liked him a lot. And so, you know, coming out, what I saw from him this year didn't surprise me. The injuries did the most. So I think you made a lot of moves this offseason to get you some help. Hopefully Malik Neighbors come back looking like Malik Neighbors. You got Likely now. Scatterboot should be coming back from injury. You're gonna want to throw the football. So I figure you go get. You know, I think this is where what's his name? Francis Malgo.
Francis Malgo.
Yep, I think this is where he goes. I think this is where he goes to the Giants. Like I said, you got to bolster up that offensive line. He got a great first step. He got great fluid body movement. He got great body control in general. I think he's one of the best offensive linemen, arguably the best offensive lineman in this draft. I think that's a no. If he's there, I think that's a no-brainer pick for the Giants at this point in their rebuild process.
Real quick, hey Chris, I wouldn't say that because I mean, shoot, we got Zay Flowers, Hollywood Brown, and Rashad Bateman all in the first round. All right, go ahead, Kev. Your pick is in.
Yeah. So Giants. I've looked Causeway. I looked at Jeremiah Love here at first. I've looked at wide receiver, but again, wide receivers have been falling. Originally, I think I had Connell Tate going with them, but I pivoted. For one, I'm looking at new head coach. The GM is he's on his way. He should be on his way out, but somehow he still has a job. But Harbaugh was very passionate in one of his press conferences when he said, we will stop the run. That's going to be our number one thing. We're not letting nobody run the ball on us. and he looking at that division, and he looking at all the athletic quarterbacks that are in that division. I mean, Dak getting up there in age, but you get what I mean. Especially in this league in general, almost everybody has a quarterback that can move. This is where Sonny Styles coming off the board for me.
Okay.
They're gonna run with Sonny Styles, get that anchor in the middle of that defense. Sonny Styles could be arguably the best defensive guy. I love Caleb Downs a lot, but Sonny Styles has the biggest upside, if you ask me, to be the best defensive guy coming out this draft. So I'm taking Sonny Styles. Harbaugh on defense.
Respect. And Harbaugh comes from the Ravens, who is a defensive minded team. Him and Bobby Okereke will be nasty. But yeah, I definitely like that pick. We'll move on. And shout out you, Chris. I think your comment. I feel you on that. We definitely don't. Not wrong there. But we'll move on to the Browns on the clock here. Sucks that I root for Shador because I really like Shador, but it's always, F the Browns. But I'm on the clock, and with the 6th pick, I got the Browns taking Francis Mauga here. This is where I believe Francis Mauga goes. He's a great O-lineman from Miami. Didn't really give up any sacks. Got quick feet, strong hands, good balance. Definitely can anchor really well. And I think he gives Shador, if Shador's the starter, because it's not penciled in, he's the starter, but it's looking like it. But he gives him a lot anchor that he definitely needs that he did not have last year on either side. So I have them getting tackled here. Francis Mauga. AJ, your pick is in.
This one might be a little high, but I got the Browns going with Ruben Bain Jr., edge out of Miami. I think they could use the defensive help right here. I think he'd be a nice fit. If they keep Myles Garrett, especially if they keep Myles Garrett, I think he'd be a nice fit on that defensive line. Strong dude, high motor, very solid against the run. Again, I'm going to say this about a lot of teams. Could go a lot of different positions here. Could go a lot of different positions. I'm not mad at offensive line at all. I think Shador should be the starter. I don't know what's all to talk about when it comes to Deshaun Watson. He is trash at this point. I don't know who else you would want to throw out there other than Shador. I think again, if this is a quarterback draft, they probably would have reached on one, but I don't think that's the case here. So might be a bit of a reach for them, but I'm going with Ruben Bain Jr.
Definitely out of left field. I did not see that one coming at all.
At all.
But I will say, to me, Bain could play all 4 positions, so you don't necessarily have to be on the edge.
Okay.
Kev, your pick for the Browns.
I'm going way left. Left.
God.
Browns. Here's another PTSD organization. At some point, you gotta learn. You gotta learn from your mistakes. I don't see the Browns going defense for the fact of their defense is not the problem. It hasn't been for a while, to be honest. That offense is like, all right, you see the quarterback, whatever that is, circus, carousel, whatever you want to call it. They need receivers for the could go receiver here, but I think they got 2 first-round picks. I'm gonna say that for another time, another day. But I think they go O-line.
That's
I got O-line going high this drive. If you see how if you was to really pass this to my board, O-line coming up the board heavy. So a lot of guys are falling. I got them going Monroe Freeland.
Okay, from Georgia.
Their GM is one of Howie's guys. And a lot of those guys that come from that little Howie, I don't even want to call it a tree, but whatever you want to call it, tree, circle, they like to build through the trenches. Monroe Freeland is a freak of nature. He has high upside. I'm not sure if they have him ranked as a top 3 tackle or whatever.
I think ESPN has him 2.
Huh?
I think ESPN has him 2. I think ESPN has him behind Mauga.
Yeah. And the thing about Mauga is that Mauga, a lot of people projected him to play inside too. So
yeah, that's true.
So they got him moving. So that had something else to do with my pick as well earlier. But I got them going Monroe Freeland. It sucks because honestly, I would love for us to somehow get him, which I don't see it happen. Us get traded up, which is not gonna happen. So yeah, I got Monroe Freeland coming to the board right here. So
yeah, I don't know why you thought O-line was left field, but
not left field, but I'm just saying as far as like how my board is going, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of offensive linemen. The names, if you look at my board and see how many names are there, Commanders fans are gonna have seizures. No offense to anyone who, you know what I'm saying, but they're gonna go crazy. That's like, and then they're gonna be.
I don't know YouTube. He meant they go crazy. I don't know how YouTube feel about that one, but we just gonna say they meant that they gonna go crazy.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We're gonna move on to the next pick. Speaking of the Commanders, is the Washington Commanders, and I'm on the clock. And my pick, I've been saying this since November of last year. My pick for the Commanders is Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. I think they get a guy who can play in the box. He can play free safety. He did it at Bama. He also is a return guy as well. He did that at Bama. So he does have that little extra dynamic to bring that to DC. But you could put him in multiple positions on that defense. And I think Dan Quinn is going to love a guy with his versatility. So I think the Commanders go there. I think safety's kind of been a weak spot of the Commanders defense. I mean, the secondary in general hasn't been the brightest of spots for the Commanders, but I think safety has been a large part of that as well. So I got them going Caleb Downs. Like I said, I've been saying that since November. AJ, who do you have the Commanders drafting here?
So, man, it wasn't fun like making picks for the rivals. I'm not gonna lie, like that was the most least exciting part of this for me, man. Making picks for the NFC East because you try to be unbiased and you try to go with what you feel like is best for them. So I went with a position that I like in this draft, and I went with a player I like in this draft, and I'm hoping it don't work out like this, but I think it could be very solid for them. I got them going receiver, Cornell Tate, Ohio State.
Tate. Okay.
I got them going there. I got him going there. 6'2", great hands. He a great route runner, great football IQ. He's not super fast, not a great like yak guy, but like I've seen a lot of people comparing him to Tay Adams, and when I look at the tape, I can kind of see what they mean, bro. I can see what they mean, bro. He's not a guy that's going, be a Debo and break a bunch of tackles and run for a bunch of yards, but he's a guy, sure hands, possession receiver. I think he'd be a really good fit in their offense alongside with Scary Terry. Just somebody that can go out there and make plays at that receiver 2 position. Who else they got out there making plays outside of Terry for real? So
You know,
if I'm the Commanders,
they kind of
You
like
said what?
Traylon Burks. They kind of like Traylon Burks. They put him back.
stop it. I hope they feel confident, bro. I hope so. But if I'm the Commanders, I'm getting another weapon for Jaden Daniels, and I'm looking for this offense to take another step.
I ain't mad at the pick. I will say this though: Cornell Tate ain't a speedster, but he still will get He's still a deep.
Yeah,
threat.
he got deceptive.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of like Tay Adams in a way. Like Tay Adams
still
can
get
be
down
a
the
vertical
field.
threat. His route running, I think, gets him open. His route running
sure.
gets him open.
For sure.
Man, I got to pick for these guys.
Go ahead, Kev. You want to
All
clock?
right, so here we go. All right, right now on my board, I got David Bailey, Jeremiah Love, Cornell Tate, Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, Mansard Delane. Them the top 5-6 guys, right?
Got some talent up there.
Man, I got the Commanders straighten out this pick, to be honest, but I can't mark it.
I was waiting for this.
All I can say is, don't be surprised if Jerry Jones pick up that phone, Baltimore pick up that phone, or someone like I would say the Bucks, but I don't know how many picks they have. Those like the top 3 teams I can see moving up.
They got one in the first. I can look up how many they got in total.
But you don't have to give up a first to move in this draft, to be honest. It's not that expensive. That's the thing. But that's
Top 10 though.
It's swirling around in these draft rooms and around the league. It's not that expensive to move because it's not a bunch of quarterbacks. It brings down the draft value. So it won't be. You know what I'm saying the Commanders need picks anyway. They need more picks. They don't even have a second round pick, I don't think.
Yeah, no, they don't. They got Bucks have 7 picks.
Yeah, but they all late.
No, they're mid.
The top 100, I think they got like 1 or 2.
They have 3 in the top 100.
Okay. But I see them trading out this pick, but for this sake, because I can't go through all those hoops and bounds, I got them taking David Bailey here. I've been saying for the longest that they need to solidify the edge rusher. Ever since they got rid of Montez Sweat, it has not been the same. They need to fill that spot. I know they picked up Owe or something like that.
Odafe Owe.
Yeah, from the Chiefs.
Chargers.
Oh yeah, okay, the Chargers.
Oh, they got Charles Omenihu. That's the dude from the Chiefs.
Okay, but I think they go David Bell. There's no way you're gonna let them drop any more. I know the consensus pick and everybody want them to take Jeremiah Love. That's their guy, but I got AP. You can't go with the fan favorite. You gotta go with what's gonna keep your job because he close to being on the hot seat. I think they go David Bailey here, edge rusher.
See, I'm not mad at David Bailey because at 7, this is crazy value here.
Mm-hmm.
But they did just sign 2 DNs or edge rushers, whatever you want to call them.
So how much?
Huh?
How much
I think Adafe Owe is like 100 M's, if I'm not mistaken. A Menahue's contract, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think Owe they gave like 100 over 4 or something like that.
It's a rookie contract. You gonna take that? He playing
Yeah,
for cheap.
but that's what I was thinking at 2.
Mm-hmm.
But
And you need rotation.
Downs, they're at 7 and they need secondary help. I just can't
can
see
get
them
that.
passing up on Downs.
That's why honestly I got them trading out of it. It's too much talent there. They're gonna get who they want regardless. So I can't be mad at them. I think AP gonna play his cards. But I just can't mark it right now, so I don't want to go through them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. No, I definitely feel what you're saying though about the trade. You don't know who's gonna trade. I don't think Baltimore making a call. We either trading back or picking at 14. I don't think we trading up.
Could be.
But next,
Philly might make that put in that doo.
Nah, we ain't trading.
I think y'all trading back. If y'all do anything, y'all trading
I
back.
We
got us trading
ain't
back
trading back, man. We gonna talk about it when it, but ain't no way, bro. I don't see- If the player available that I have on my mock is there, we better not. That's all I'm gonna say. We better.
I don't
not.
think y'all trade out the first round. I think y'all trade back.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be some guys falling. Well,
Yeah, I think if anything, y'all trade back, stay in the first round, probably get like an extra second round pick or something, or maybe a next year draft pick, if anything. But Saints are currently on the clock, and my pick is in. And both of these guys, I think, took off his board, off their boards. My pick for the Saints. I'm doing the same thing, AJ did. I'm pairing one Ohio State receiver with another. I got the Saints taking Carnell Tate here to help their rookie quarterback Tyler Shuck, and I pair him with Chris Olave. I think this is a great pairing. I think Carnell Tate, again, AJ explained a lot. Being the deep threat, you got Jawan Johnson, who to me is kind of an underrated tight end for the Saints. You bring in Travis Etienne, or sorry if I mispronounce it, Travis, because I'm so used to saying Etienne, but Travis Etienne. You got Alvin Kamara still, who wants to be there. I think he'll probably be a third down receiving back for the Saints. And you just add another weapon to Tyler Shuck, who has a nice arm. Proved me wrong. I've been on record saying, hey, man, Tyler Shuck proved me wrong his rookie year. I was daggone there ready to vote him rookie of the year. Can't lie. But ultimately I didn't. But I think this is a great pickup for the Saints here with Carnell Tate. I will say another route I was kind of going with this, with them losing Demario Davis. I was kind of thinking Sonny Styles here, but I ultimately went Carnell Tate. AJ, who do you have for the Saints?
Yeah, I actually love that pick for them. I do kind of went back and forth on it because I can see them boys going on offense. We know Kellen Moore. He love him some offense. He love weapons. So not mad at that at all. But I had David Bailey falling right here, and I feel like if he fall right here, he got to go right here. I feel like he got to go right here.
I mean, he got him forever.
What'd you say, Carl?
I said I got him dropping. This is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, arguably the best edge rusher in the draft. Debatably, you can make that argument. A guy that's hard to stay in front of, very elusive, very quick, plays very instinctive, a true natural at the position. And like I said, I think if he's there, which is kind of, you're right, it is kind of crazy, but just the way my board fell,
Nah, I got you.
You know what I mean? If he's there, I think he's a hard guy to pass up on at 8. The value there is crazy. So I got the Saints picking up a true game changer in David Bailey.
Yeah, and then plus, like you said, you got Carnell Tate gone, so you got him at the Commanders right before, so definitely like that. Hey, shout out Vocal Vike, man. I'm gonna try to do your Vikings well, try to warn y'all about JJ McCarthy a couple years ago. But appreciate you for tuning in, my boy. Hopefully you subscribe to both channels, mine and AJ's, and we're gonna move on to Kev being on the clock. Kev, who's your pick for the Saints?
Man. Options. Man. Right here. Tough. I still got
a lot. I'm about to say you still got a lot on the board.
I still got Jeremiah Love on my board.
Yep.
Really?
I would love to see that, to be honest. You got Kellen Moore over there. And then I got Marcel Delane too.
Still on mine too. I think it's still on
I
everybody's
think
board
this,
right now.
I think this is where he can go. To be honest, like if I had to choose, like really choose, I probably would say Monster Delane. I feel like it would make the most sense for real. But I got Cornell Tate too. I'm rocking with Cornell. Can't hold you. I can't see Kellen Moore passing up having that tandem going with him and
Chris
Olave.
Olave.
Man. Yeah, with Shaw, we gotta rock out with Shaw for one more year and see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got Cornell Tate. Ain't too much to say about it, to be honest. I mean, I would love to take the Jeremiah Love pick right here, but that receiver, it's kind of like you can't pick a running back over receiver when you got the chance of seeing that tandem. Nah, yeah. As Kellen Moore being the former quarterback, yeah, it's definitely gonna be Tate.
You got Jeremiah Love dropping something crazy, Kev. I can't hold you.
Super far. I'm kind of shocked.
Me too. But with that being said, we're gonna move on from the Saints to the Chiefs. Now, Chiefs may be without Pat for quite some time. I don't think he's gonna be out for the whole season. I think if the Chiefs are doing decent or have a chance to make the playoffs, he'll come back. But that being said, though, my pick is in for the Chiefs. And it's funny that Kev said Mansour Delane, because that's my pick. My pick here is Mansour Delane going to the Chiefs. The Chiefs lost Justin Watson and Trent McDuffie both to the Rams, traded McDuffie to the Rams and lost Watson in free agency. You get a really, really good man corner and Mansour Delane, who to me was kind of underrated at Virginia Tech, but then transferred to LSU and then just jumped off the screen at LSU. Really good press man corner. Really good hips. I think he has a really good nose for the football. You just don't throw at him that much, so it doesn't really jump off the screen. But I love Mansour Delaney here to the Chiefs to help get you another lockdown corner that they probably won't pay after his 4 years is up and move somewhere else. AJ, who do you have the Chiefs getting here at pick 9?
I got the same thing, Carl. I got Delane right here going cornerback out at LSU. And you kind of took the words out of my mouth. They lost her two high-end corners already, so they're out of the building, and you got to fill that position. You got to fill that void. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. Y'all know how I feel about corners. I mean, very sticky guy in man coverage, like you said, fluid hips, really solid at anticipating routes. Ball skills jump off the screen to me. He got 41 pass deflections in college. One thing I will say though, he's not the greatest tackler to my eye. And he can get a little greedy. Eyes can get to looking in the backfield a little bit, so that can kind of be a deficiency from time to time. But he's a playmaker nevertheless. So he's a guy nevertheless at the position. And so I think if he's there at 9, I think you can pass on Delane right there.
Yeah, he really stood out to me at Virginia Tech, playing alongside Dorian Strong, who's currently on the Bills. So I really like Delane at Virginia Tech. And shout out him. He's from the Montgomery County. Did not know that until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, me neither.
Shout out to him. But Kev, your pick is in for the Chiefs.
For disclosure, Jeremiah Love is still on the board because that's what I think Watson gonna trade out that spot to let someone else take him. To be honest.
Okay.
Or early.
So technically, you don't have.
Technically, I don't see him falling that far. I don't see him falling.
For show purposes, you have him. Got you.
Yeah, exactly. Kansas City, man. Being an Eagle fan, we familiar with Andy Reid, man. We know what Andy Reid like. We know what he really want. He love building them trenches. But I know Andy Reid also loves Brandon Graham. But I got them taking Mansour Delane as well. I can see Bang going here, to be honest. I can.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, I got him taking Mansour Delane. I'm in there right there.
I didn't realize, and I think they got it from the Rams in that trade for McDuffie. Them boys got 2 firsts this year.
Yeah, that's where it came from. They got the 29 pick. No, is it the 20? Yeah, 29 pick from the Chiefs. Yeah. I mean from the Rams.
Them boys got two firsts, man. That's ugly.
My second one might surprise y'all. Can't lie to you.
Okay.
But we move on from the Chiefs to the Bengals. The Bengals are on the clock here. This one, I don't know if I'm gonna surprise people with this one, but I'm currently on the clock, and I have them going Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain still gets picked top 10. They lose Trey Hendrickson. I feel like they have solid guys on in the corners with DJ Turner. So I feel like the secondary isn't obviously it's not the greatest. Obviously, the Bengals defense sucks, but I think they got some guys that are solid. They did lose Geno Stone to the Bills, but I don't have the Bengals taking a safety this high. Um, I don't see them taking AJ Housey, Dylan Thiemann, none of them guys. So I had them going with an edge rusher here, trying to put some pressure on the quarterback. Again, very versatile in my opinion. You can move him all around. I know a lot of people are concerned with his arms being short and linemen getting up on him, but I think Ruben Bain is strong. He can get guys up off of him. I think he has good hands, hand fighting, stuff like that. And I just think he's a dog. And I know being a dog is like not – I mean, it is a trait, but it's not like technique or nothing. But sometimes you can't teach being a dog. So I have the Bengals going Ruben Bain here. AJ, your pick is in.
I think, Carl, every year we've done this, I have mocked the offensive lineman to the Bengals. Because I just always feel like they need offensive lineman help. And it just seemed like every year they need offensive lineman help. So in the name of the tradition, I got them getting another offensive line. Got them going offensive lineman. I got them going Spencer Fang, tackle out of Utah.
Spencer Fano, Utah. I like it.
Bro, I think he's a solid pickup for them again. They need the offensive line help. Not a super strong guy, but got very quick feet, super athletic. Does a real good job mirroring edge rushers. Plays through the whistle a lot. He recovers well if he's beating off the ball. And the thing I like most, he got experience. He's a 3-year starter. You know what I mean? So he's been in college for a little bit. Not somebody that came out right away. Got a lot of experience under his belt and can kind of do some of everything. Like I said, not the strongest, but when you got that agility, when you agile, when you quick on your feet, I think that they could work with that. They could use that. So more offensive line help for Joe Burrow and the Bengals here at 10.
I like that.
Them. Oh, my bad.
No, I was just saying I like that. And I was about to say your pick is on the clock. You good.
I got them taking Caleb Downs here.
You still have him on the board.
This is when Caleb Downs comes off the board.
I like it.
I do like that they're finally, like I think they're one of those PTSD type of franchises where they need to take online and protect Burrow because, I mean, you need to protect this asset because his expiration date is coming up quick because he's getting banged up so bad. But Caleb Downs being there, they need safety help. They just let their other safety walk Bates. So, yeah.
Bates walked a couple years ago.
Huh?
Bates walked like 2-3 years ago.
I know, but they need to replace it because that production has not been filled.
Yeah, I like Geno Stone, but like I said, he moved on to the Bills. So I like the Caleb Downs picker. I'm not mad at that at all. It's just Caleb Downs is off my board, so I'm definitely not mad at it. But we'll move on to the Dolphins. Shout out A-Chain, man. I feel you. Sucks right now for you, brother, but they get better later, hopefully. And I'm on the clock, and I don't know if this is left field or not, but I got the Dolphins getting Mekhi Lemon from USC. They lose Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill, we don't know what he's doing. Is he signing? He's still a free agent. He's coming off an injury, a major one. He got carted off. He's getting older. I mean, I like Malik Washington. He ain't no number one, though. So, with that being said, I think they take a dog in Mekhi Lemon, who, again, makes contested catches. Yak, really good yak out of Mekhi Lemon. Really good route runner. I think he's a real complete receiver. So, I think that you get him. You got A-Chain with the speed. You got Malik Willis, a guy who's promising. So I think you got to get your receiver number one, and you take Mekhi Lemon here. AJ, who do you have?
Yeah, man, I think they got to get help at that receiver spot. I mean, you go and get Willis, right, and you don't really have anybody to throw the football to. You know, you already mentioned the guys that they left and let go. You know, Reek Hill, I don't think he's re-signing, right? So, yeah, I agree. I got Lemon going right here. I got him going right here to the Dolphins. And I think, for me personally, it's a toss-up between him and Tate as, like, my personal favorite receiver coming out of this draft. I kind of lean towards Lemon, though. Like, bro, again, another guy that jumps off the screen. Great at creating separation, great hands, smooth route running. He attacks the football, a trait I really love in a receiver. Don't let it just fall in your lap. Go and get it. Go and get it. He's a guy that's going to go get the football. And again, you said it best. He's great after the catch. He kind of looks like bro from the Rams to me. Puka Nacua from time to time. To me at
Okay.
least. I don't know if it's the hair. It might be the hair. It might be the hair, bro. But to me, he remind me of Puka when it comes to just attacking the football, getting those yards after the catch. He's a playmaker and a dynamic guy that you could bring on a rookie contract to play alongside with Willis and have like a nice little 1-2 punch there between the two. So I got them getting Lemon right there at 11.
All right. So we both agree with Lemon.
Lemon.
Okay,
Mhm.
Kev, your pick is in. What do you have?
I got Jordan Tyson going off the board right here.
See, I love that. I love it, but he already gone on mine, but I love it.
Yes, sir. Jordan Tyson to the Dolphins.
I love it. I love that pick.
That's all I got to say about it.
I feel you. Next, we have the Cowboys on the clock. Shout out my boy Tomo. I told him, I gave him a little spoiler alert. Sonny Styles was gonna be here for me.
Wow.
My pick is in. And now I will say this. I have Sonny Styles written down on my paper. Then I thought about it. And I crossed it out. I have them going Jamal McCoy, cornerback out of Tennessee. I think this is Will Johnson. I think this is Will Johnson all over again, man. A guy. Go ahead, Kev.
Now I'm about to say we here, but just stay tuned.
A guy who was really good before he got hurt. Now, people may have some injury concerns, but we seen the rookie season Will Johnson just had come off for ACL. It was really good. Really good at the cornerback's position. So I think Jamal McCoy, man-to-man corner, Cowboys definitely need help at the cornerback position. Defense was not good. Offense was spectacular, but the defense was so bad. Offense had to win shootouts. I have them going cornerback here and getting Jamal McCoy from Tennessee. Really nice man-to-man corner. Definitely should help Shoddy and that Cowboys team out. AJ, I'm assuming you have the same.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't know how this happened, but we here right now, Carl. Man, I got them going McCoy. You can make the argument the best DB in it, well, the best corner. I ain't gonna say defensive back, but best corner in the draft. You know, like you said, before the injury, he was a dominant player. I know a lot of times the injuries, teams kind of be a little, should I get this guy? Should I not? We don't want to deal with the injury concerns, but he's a baller. Great football IQ, sticky in man-to-man coverage. 6 foot, 193 pounds, very physical, especially with bigger receivers. That could kind of get him in trouble a little bit. You could maybe have a few penalties in the NFL, but I'd rather have a physical corner than a finesse corner these days. I'd rather have a guy that's in your chest, getting those PBUs and things of that nature, making it tough on receivers, making the referee have to make a tough decision. And so you said it best, man. They need cornerback help. They need secondary help. They need all types of defensive help, in all honesty. So it's good for them that they got 2 firsts. So we go in another direction with their second first-round pick. But yeah, I got them going McCoy here with the 12th overall pick.
Man,
Pick is in, Kev.
I can't stand picking for my rivals. I can't stand it. Who's on my board?
That's what I said.
No way are you about to do this.
Who is on my board? Who is on my board?
Jeremiah Love is still there.
He is, but they ain't gonna take him.
Okay.
They could, to be honest. Dang, I didn't even think about that. They could.
That would be nasty.
Nah, it's because of trade purposes.
I know. I get that, but still.
So, but this is who I really think is going to be there because of how the league thinks of this guy. He might go as high as he might go to the Saints. He might go to Chiefs. But this is where Ruben Bain comes off the board and goes to Dallas, bro. BG Jr. is going to be in Dallas. Wreaking havoc.
Okay,
Seeking whom he may devour.
I like Ruben Bain there.
Yeah, Ruben Bain, man.
Rashawn Gary, Ruben Bain, Quentin Williams.
Yeah.
Who else they get last year? Oh, Kenny Clark.
Yeah, man. I gotta be honest here, I would love to sabotage it. But ever since Jerry Jones made that daggone that biopic, whatever you want to call it, it seems like he's been in a different headspace. It's like he got a glimpse of the past, and he hasn't been doing it's Jerry Jones type of moves. He's like a newborn man. I'm not gonna lie. So
They still losing the same way, but I guess
I mean, yeah, but
he tried his
he's
best.
going about it different now. He's going about it different, you know. He's
Yeah.
taking a different approach. So I got Ruben Bang going off the bull here though.
All right. And with that being said, we're gonna move on to the LA Rams. And my pick is in for the Rams. This is where Sonny Styles finally comes off the board for me. I have the Rams getting a bona fide linebacker, something that they've been complaining about, and Sonny Styles from Ohio State, a guy that could play sideline to sideline. Think he's pretty solid in coverage. I mean, I think he needs some work in coverage, but I don't think he's like completely off for in coverage, excuse me. But he has a nose for the football. And I think the Rams need a land shark like that who has a nose for the football, can get off the block and make a play. So I have them getting Sonny Styles here. I mean, they already bolstered the cornerbacks position, like I said, with McDuffie and with Julian Watson. I love Cam Kitchens at the safety spot. So they have a solid D line for sure. And I like Nate Landman. But Sonny Styles, man, just brings speed to that defense that I know the Rams would love. Now I hear some people saying Kenyon Sadiq to the Rams. Doesn't make sense to me when you just drafted a guy that was literally starting in front of him last season, not last college season, but last draft, and Terrence Ferguson. And you want to, I mean, in my opinion, you want to give Terrence Ferguson a chance to blossom, and Kenyon Sadiq would kind of hinder that. So I go Sonny Styles here to the Rams. AJ, your pick for the Rams.
So I have a player that slid pretty far. I don't know if y'all peeped, but y'all both got him going a little higher than me. And I think if he lands here at 13, I think it's a no-brainer for the Rams, who are
Jordan
still,
Tyson?
in my opinion, probably looking to, nope, still in my opinion looking to improve their another player that slipped though, but still in my opinion looking to improve that secondary. I got Caleb Downs going right here.
You didn't
to
say Caleb
the
Downs. That's crazy.
Rams.
That is
I got
crazy.
him going right here to the Rams. I think he's a game changer at that safety position. Great tackler in space, good in zone coverage, very athletic. Some of his strengths can also kind of be some of his weaknesses. You know, for me, I've seen a few times he's been out there where he going for that big hit and he whiff. You know, don't happen often, but it happens. So he does miss a few tackles here and there. He also is another guy that can kind of get caught peeking in that backfield from time to time. But overall, as a prospect at 13, especially for the Rams who are looking to improve that defense, I don't think they need anything on offense. I think they just need to hyper focus on the defensive side of the ball. I got Caleb Downs slipping to 13. I hope it don't happen, but I got him slipping to 13 and going to the LA Rams.
Tomo might have a message for you skipping the Cowboys with Caleb Downs. But I like it for the Rams, though. I do.
They got McCoy. You know what I mean? They got McCoy.
But he might be thinking like, bro, we have picked, 20? Give me Downs, and I'll take whatever cornerback available at 20.
Fair.
All right, Kev, your pick is in.
This is when Makai Limon comes off the board, my friends.
Okay.
The wide receiver goes to bust up that offense. The Rams, the greatest show on turf, is back in action. Unfortunately, because I can't stand the Rams. I'm giving all the ops all the best picks. It is what it is. But Makai Lemon, like Kyle says, looks like a great receiver. I think he's going to be a pretty good force in the NFL. If he goes to the Rams where he's not forced to be the guy, he's going to be the problem. So, yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's real dangerous.
Yep. So I got him going there. Yep.
Because then you can like move Tay in the slot. You can move Puka in the slot. It gets dangerous with that.
That's filthy.
Yeah, that's dangerous. All right. So we're going to move on to my Baltimore Ravens, who just dropped some unis. Shout out to Ravens. Unis kind of look regular, but hey, it is what it is. With the Ravens on the clock, your 2027 Super Bowl champions. I had to slide.
He tried it.
Chris said it earlier in the comments. Shout out, Chris. I have us getting, and I'm going to butcher this name. As I try to find his comment so I can give him a shout out. I don't know why the comment, I don't see it. I don't see the comment. I don't delete.
Which
Oh, here
comment
we
you
go.
looking
Found
for?
it. I found it.
Okay.
We're getting, and I'm sorry, Vega. Olava Vega Ione, guard from Penn State. Like, like Chris said, we had a guard who was terrible, and Lamar was facing pressure almost every down because his guard was terrible. You need to protect Lamar. Lamar is athletic. Yes, he can probably escape a lot of sacks. But, brother, why make him do that? Why not protect him? We do need a center, but I think that comes later. It's all good. That comes later for sure. I have a name in mind. But I just think this is a great pick. He could pull. He's super athletic. Him pulling, and then you see Derrick Henry behind that on like maybe a counter or a power. Man, that is dangerous. I think he's a solid guy in the pass protection, but he's a better run blocker than he is pass blocker, in my opinion. I just love this pick here. We need to go O-line. We get a receiver in the second round. Give me Ione from Penn State here. AJ, you on the clock.
You ready for this, Carl?
Yeah, I'm ready.
With the 14th pick in the, 2026 NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Jordan Tyson, receiver, Arizona
I go crazy.
State.
I would go crazy. This is my guy.
This is who I believe the Ravens will get at 14. I do think he slides because even though he's one of the best receivers in the draft, there is the injury history with him, right? And I think that's why he slides perfectly to the Baltimore Ravens. Had, the ACL, PCL, MCL in 2022. You had the 26 collarbone fracture or 2024 collarbone fracture.
He got hurt last year.
He's dealing with lingering hamstring issues too. So I think he's a guy that teams are going to kind of sleep on with the first two receivers that come off the board. And I think he falls right here to the Baltimore Ravens. I think if he falls here, you gotta take him. I understand that you need some offensive line help and things of that nature. But anytime you can get the ball to a guy like him, get the ball out of your hands quick if you Lamar Jackson, allow him to make plays, incredible body control, great with contested catches, great against man coverage. I mean, when healthy, he's the full package at receiver. He could do a bit of everything. And so you pair him up, with Mark Andrews and your boy Zay Flowers and the other weapons y'all got out there, Derrick Henry coming out of the backfield, new coach, Lamar Jackson running with the football. I think that offense can be very dynamic. And so I got Jordan Tyson right here going to the Baltimore Ravens.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Love it. I mean, I want Vegas, but I would love Jordan Tyson as well. I ain't mad at either one.
If they both fell at that spot, Carl,
I gotta go
which
Vega.
one would you rather? You really?
I'm sorry. I love Jordan Tyson. Ooh. Again, he's my favorite. He's my receiver one. But I have a guy in the second round who people sleep on who should possibly be a first round pick. And I think we can get him. I actually have two guys in the second round I would love to get. One is 6'4". Okay. Both of them actually 6'4".
Oh. Okay.
No, sir.
Chill out, bro.
He said no, sir.
All right, Kev, who you got the Eagles? We're not Eagles, Ravens again. My fault.
All right, so look, this Jeremiah Love thing getting out of hand because I'm sitting there trying to mock a trade that I didn't ever make. So originally, to be all honesty, I had Ola Vega going to you all originally, to be honest. But I did with the Titans. That's why I originally had them at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a revision and give the Titans Jeremiah Love. I'm going to take Ola Vega and slide him to the Baltimore Ravens.
Respect.
Because that's where I see him going off the board at next, to be honest. There's not too many more people that need a guard as much as you all do. And the only thing I think of is hearing Chris' voice and saying, I'm a 77, and I'm a bleep, 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 bleep. Everything else out, but you see him isolated and doing something crazy every time. I've not seen that many bloopers on one guy in the NFL in my life other than Mark Sanchez.
And Andrew Alejandro Villanueva when he was with us too. That was bad.
Man, we used to have him too. Matter of fact, he was an undrafted free agent for the Eagles. We brought him into the league.
Then the Steelers had him looking sweet, and then we had him for 1 year.
Yeah, we did turn into some of the Steelers up, but yeah, that guy, man, it's like they have no choice but to replace him, man. It's either gonna be Oliver Vega or it's gonna be Boynitis. I think he got a chance to go on, but I'm gonna hold off.
Hold on, you talking about bro from Texas A&M, Chase Boscadis?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But we gonna get to that one. But I'm gonna go ahead and make that division because again, Jeremiah Love gonna keep falling because I'm not gonna be able to find somebody to take him at this point. So
I mean, all you did was swap picks, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Everything else stays in the line.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next we move on from the Ravens to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this pick, I told y'all backstage, this pick might, well, hold on. Okay, cool. This pick might come out of left field, but my pick is in. And with the 15th pick, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selecting Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. Now, here's why. First of all, super receiver threat at tight end, which I don't think the Bucs really have. K. Dotton, solid out of Washington. But for some reason, he just doesn't get it done for them. Devin Cope, another receiving tight end, doesn't get it done. But I think those are two solid run blockers as well. You get a guy who, to me, is the best tight end prospect since Kyle Pitts. So super athletic tight end, really good hands, make plays. I think they get him here, and he's going to be a security blanket for Baker. They lost Mike Evans, so why not get a tight end threat who is super, super athletic? AJ, your pick is in.
Again,
okay, cool.
Here. We got the same pick, man. I got Sadiq right here, tight end out of Oregon, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This man runs a 4.39 40. That boy, athletic monster. Great vertical threat, great after the catch, can play all over the field. I just think he's the perfect piece for the Buccaneers. I think he could be a game changer for those guys in their passing offense. I just think it's the perfect fit. I don't even think that's a left field pick. I think that pick literally falls in their lap, given the teams that pick above them and the teams that pick after them. I think they're in the best position to go and get a guy like that, unless you go down to, maybe you get to, maybe the Panthers or maybe Philly if they're looking to move on from Goddard. But I don't think teams above them will reach at a tight end. So I think it's the perfect spot for them to go and get Sadiq.
I agree. Kev?
Clean sweep. I don't see. Most of their needs this draft is so deep at it, and I don't see them going and getting my guy from Miami from the U. You know what I'm saying? Getting the edge because a lot of people talk about his age and a lot of other things going on with him. Which I think
Messador?
Yeah, Messador. Kendrick Falk, I don't see them going after him either right now. So, yeah, Kenyon Sadiq, they can't pass on him. Again, they got to replace the wide receiver. All the receivers off the board, but Baker Mayfield loves his tight ends. And you give Baker a tight end like that, what?
Yeah.
It's no brainer. Like, it's nothing to talk about. That is
all right. So, clean sweep. Didn't expect that, but we'll move on from the Bucs to the Jets. Second first-round pick. And I will say this. For as bad as the Jets have been, the Jets kind of don't miss on first-round picks. Like, they actually been kind of hitting for real. And my pick is in. And I have them going Avion Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. Another guy who I think is another sticky man corner. I think he's a top 5 corner in this draft. Now, I do think that he can be a guy as well that can have problems looking in that backfield. Even though I don't think he's like the greatest tackler, so I don't know why he does that. But I love Avion Terrell. I think he kind of had a slip-up of a season last year, but that doesn't really take away from how good of a corner he is. AJ Terrell's brother, for those who don't know. I love it here. A guy who can get picks for the Jets who severely need them. And why not? You lost Sauce in the trade to the Colts. You get a DN on my block with David Bailey, and now you get a guy that can possibly be a ball hawk for you in Avion Terrell. AJ, pick is in for the Jets. Who do you have?
So I'm looking at my notes and I realized I made a bit of a mistake with this pick. So I'm gonna do a swap here, and when I get to the team that I'm swapping with this, then I'll talk about it when I get there. So for the Jets at 16, I'm gonna go safety out of Oregon. I'm gonna go Dylan. What is his name? Dylan Thielman. Thielman. There you go. I'm gonna go Dylan Thielman. Like I said, I think they need another. I think they need another safety. I know they just got what's his name? Fitzpatrick, I think.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Minka Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins, but I think he's on his way out the door as well. So I think you need another guy that can come in, play alongside him, a guy that he can kind of mentor to be the next great safety for your football team. He's got elite hands, good ball skills for the position, 8 picks and 306 tackles in 3 seasons. Great work ethic. Just solid at making plays downhill behind the line of scrimmage. He jumps off the screen. So I had him going to another team, then I realized I kind of messed up because I had the Jets taking the same position earlier, so I had to flip that around last minute. So I got the Jets going Dylan right there instead of the other player that I'm gonna have to bring back to the other team that I got later on. So yeah, give me Dylan for the Jets.
If you in the college football chat, you know I love me some Dylan Thielman. I actually had him being defensive player of the year in the Big Ten over Caleb Downs, but I was wrong. Obviously, I was obviously wrong. But he had like 100-something tackles at Purdue his sophomore year. He's a baller. And shout out to you, Copyright Hoodie. You know what? If you're gonna make an edit for somebody, make an edit for Devontae Smith. He deserves one. Next,
oh yeah, that's fly.
Kev.
I got them taking Spencer Fano. Them Jets. They need to boss up that O-line.
No matter.
Got to take the next best offensive lineman on the board. They can't. I got them taking Reese at the first pick. So they got to go O-line on this one. They can't pass on the O-line. I do like corner here. I'm not going to lie. I still got McCoy on my board. But I feel like injuries is going to let McCoy slide. I feel like a lot of teams, with those injuries, it takes like those GMs that have the space and leeway to take a chance on guys like that, in a sense, as far as like the injuries and stuff like that. There's only a few teams that can do that, and Jets aren't one of them. So, give me Fano.
All right, respect. So we're gonna move on to the Detroit Lions. Down year, just like my Ravens. Funny, the Ravens and the Lions kind of had like the same like endings the last 3 years. And if for those who don't know, I'm a Ravens fan. My mom is a Lions fan, so I just thought that was kind of a coincidence. But my pick is in for the Lions as I try to bring this up. And I actually have them going tackle here. I have them going Caden Proctor from Alabama. Now, Caden Proctor, for surely a project, 100%. But I think Dan Campbell would turn Caden Proctor up in terms of his mindset. Like, I think he will make Caden Proctor get that dog in him. He will pull it out of him, I should say. Now, Caden Proctor, he got some things he needs to work on. He has high upside, great measurables, but he needs to develop. I feel like Caden Proctor at times is a little slow with his feet. I think he has strong hands, but I think footwork could be developed. But I think this is where the Lions go, because you got to protect Jared Goff. He's a pocket passer. He's not going to be making plays outside the pocket, so they go tackle here. And I think he'll learn from Penei Sewell, one of the best tackles in the league. AJ, who do you have for the Lions?
Not mad at that pick. I think you could definitely go offensive line. I went to the defensive side of the ball. I went CJ Allen out of Georgia. I think that's a solid pick for them. Great at shedding blocks, great at diagnosing plays, and timing his blitzes through the A and B gaps. I think he's a plug-and-play starter caliber player. So I got them going there with the 17th pick.
Yes, I like CJ Allen. I don't know if the Lions get him. I know they lost Anzalone, but I like Malcolm Rodriguez and Jack Campbell. Malcolm Rodriguez, if y'all remember, was like the 6th-round pick that ended up being the starter before Jack Campbell got there. I like them both, but I ain't mad at CJ Allen. CJ Allen is like a get ball guy.
Yep.
So I ain't mad at that. Kev, who do you have for the Lions?
Playmaker at the position.
Yeah. Kev,
Carl, we all want to call my brother.
Oh, bet.
Caden Proctor is my pick. I think it's been rumors out there that Penei Sewell, they want to move him to left tackle, actually.
Yeah, it is.
So that other spot is going to open up. Caden Proctor, like you said, everything you said, like Dan Campbell, that's his type of guy. I feel like they mirror each other. Like, he's the prototype of what Dan Campbell's looking for, and a guy like Dan Campbell will unleash some of the things that he needs to unleash in his game. So I think it's a perfect match, to be honest with you.
And super side note, let's not forget, Alabama ran trick plays for him. He be in Detroit, where they're known for doing stuff like that. So
Exactly.
Fair.
So yeah. But from the Lions, we move on to a division rival. And again, shout out Vocal Vike. We move on to the Vikings on the clock. And I think I'm gonna do him justice with my pick. AJ got him going to Dallas. I got him going to Minnesota. I have them getting Dylan Thielman out of Oregon. Again, like AJ said, he's a baller, makes plays, has a nose for the football, ball hawk, makes picks. I think his better asset is actually being a ball hawk, but he does have a nose to make tackles and stuff like that. But man, I feel like he's more athletic than people would give him credit for. I love Dylan Thielman out of Oregon, man, and I think he's a super playmaker to add to this defense who had a really good year last year. But I feel like the offensive need that the Vikings needed. I was thinking about a running back with Aaron Jones getting up there in age, but I think Jordan Mason is fine for the Vikings. I went safety here with Dylan Thielman. AJ, who do you have for the Vikings?
So we was here.
That's who you traded. That's who you changed for.
That's why I had to move because I realized I had the Jets taking an edge rusher early and late. So I was like, that's not gonna work. So I had to flip it last minute because I do think he works well for the Vikings and the Jets. Anybody that needs a safety after downs, I mean, that's a guy you gonna get. So I flipped the pick and I got the Jets. And I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing this name. Edge rusher out of Miami.
The Vikings, by the way. Akeem Mesidor. You said Jets. Okay. You got the Vikings getting Akeem Mesidor.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one I flipped. So I got the Vikings getting Akeem Mesidor. Edge out of Miami. Great with his hands. Has a lot of power. He got speed coming off the line. Great motor. He does have some durability issues, some concerns there, some lingering foot injuries that he's had. But I think he's a solid pick for them. They might end up. It's been talked about for a while now that they're gonna trade Greenlaw. Or Jonathan Gennard from Minnesota. And so with that kind of being in the air, it kind of leads me to believe that you kind of got to go edge rusher in the draft if you're already looking to get rid of one of the elite ones that you have due to cap issues and things of that nature. So I still think he ends up getting traded, hopefully to Philly, maybe not draft day, but at some point, I still think he ends up getting traded, which leads me to believe that they go with Mesidor here at 18, get you another edge rusher to kind of fill that void.
Kev, Vikings, 18.
Carl, we're doing it again.
You got Dylan.
Thielman.
We could have, all three of us could have been on the same quote with that one, man.
Swept, AJ.
Man, could have swept.
I tell you, man, this is the perfect timing, perfect match for them. With Harrison Smith retiring, who's been there forever, and I forgot he was even there that long.
Man, he was there for a minute.
Perfect timing for a guy like this of this caliber to be on the board right now. This is like the Justin Jefferson of safeties, if you ask me. Like right now, him being there at 18. I think they took Jefferson at 18 too. It's the same pick, ain't it?
I'm confused. You hold on, not to cut you off. You said this is the Jettas of safeties. Is that a compliment or is that like
that's a compliment?
We how you feel about Jettas?
No, with Kev, you don't know.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm not throwing no shit. I've been apologized about the Jettas thing, man.
Okay. I'm just checking.
We're still number 2 though. We ain't number 1.
I mean, Jettas ain't go. I don't even know. Was Jettas a top 5 pick receiver?
No, he was like number 18.
No. Yeah. No, I'm talking about in his group. Did he go 5 or 6?
He went like 4.
Because Rager got picked before him. CD got picked before him.
Don't remind me.
It was other guys that got picked in front of him.
It was.
Yeah.
I can't remember though.
I think it was like 5 or 6 guys.
But I'm just saying, as far as a title like this being this far down the board, but Jefferson was more of a sleeper. People weren't really all the way hip for, but yeah, this guy, man, he's just. I wish Philly could get him. I ain't gonna hold you. I would love to see him and Coop on the field together. You wouldn't, but I would. But this is a no-brainer.
All right, cool. So would have been a clean sweep, but we had some notes, some little mix-ups, but it's all gravy. We're gonna move on to the Carolina Panthers, and my pick is in for the Panthers. Bryce Young, shout out to him. He made the playoffs, but like I said on the R2L Show. Still had 11 picks. Like, it wasn't a great season. Like, it was cool. It was better than we expected. He still had 11 picks. Got to change that. But I think the Panthers go Spencer Fanu, tackle out of Utah, who actually won the I think he won the Remington or something like that. But he's also a guy that's in talks to move in the guard, so he has position versatility. But Spencer Final, like AJ said, great footwork, mirrors defenders. When he got his hands on you, really good. He got a little athleticism to him. Strong hands. Could work on his strength, but he has a strong punch. But I love this pick here for the Panthers to help bolster that O-line, to help protect Bryce Young, give him a little bit of time. And I like the versatility here. AJ, who do you have for the Panthers?
I'm not muted. Okay, making sure. So this one gonna make you mad because you had this pick going to your Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
But I got what is it? Vega. I can't pronounce it. I know they call him Vega though.
Oliver
Guard
Vega
from Penn
Ione.
Yep. There you go. From Penn State. So obviously super big guy, anchor in the offensive line, great in pass protection, great at recognizing twists and stunts and things of that nature, picking up defenders as they blitz and things of that nature. When I look at the Panthers, I think that the Panthers, oddly enough, could have made some noise in the playoffs last year if they just gave your boy Kev, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Bryce Young?
If they gave him, yeah, Bryce Young, if they gave him a little time, he was constantly, I don't know how he was able to make as many plays as he did because he was constantly under pressure. But hey, Bryce Young he's showing us something. He's showing us something. It's a gradual build with him right now. And I think if you bolster up that offensive line, you got some young receivers out there, you got some young playmakers on defense. I think that helps the Panthers get to another level and really be a threat to take their division. So I got Vega going here to the Panthers.
And I think that division is wide open, so I like it.
Yes.
Kev, pick for the Panthers.
This is the spot where if Lions was to go a different way, this is where Caden Proctor, I think he doesn't get past the Panthers, to be honest with you. But Caden Proctor's off my board. I think this is where a mini run on safety goes. And Emmanuel McNeil-Warren comes off the board and goes to play with our boy.
JC.
Yes.
My boy.
That secondary is going to be nice. But, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, I got him going to the Panthers. Looking at my board and what I got left, they could go Jerry McCoy, but again, they don't have the leeway, I don't think, to take that chance on him. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like JC and Mike Jack, so I don't think they go Jamal McCoy either. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, though, I don't know. I mean, he's a good tackler, and he has a nose for football, but like in terms of C-ball and getting it. But I don't know.
I feel like the hype off of Quinion is going to bolster his stock.
I don't know though, bro. 19, that's kind of high.
That's not. I think he's definitely a first round talent. I wouldn't be mad if Philly got him either, to be honest.
I might be controversial in me saying this, but I like AJ Housey over Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. I mean, I was controversial over Nick Amore over Malachi Starks, and look how that turned out. But
yeah.
But I mean, I like McNeil. I like his tape. I think dude. I think he's gonna transition well to the league.
Yeah, I ain't mad at the player. I don't know. I think 19 kind of high. But we'll move forward. And moving on from the Panthers, we're going back to them boys at 20. I had the Cowboys getting the cornerback at 12 with Jamal McCoy. And at 20, I got him going edge rusher and getting Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Keldrick Falk, guy that plays the run and pass very well, in my opinion. Now, for some reason, and I could be wrong, but if my memory could be wrong, but I feel like Auburn really wasn't in his last year, wasn't really using him as much as years prior. I could be wrong. Like I said, my memory could serve me wrong there, but I love Keldrick Falk. Keldrick Falk plays the game with a nasty aggression, pass rusher, gets to the quarterback, and play the run. Like I said, he does both very well. And I think he'll bring a demeanor to this Cowboys defense. So give me Keldrick Falk here to the Cowboys. AJ, Cowboys at 20.
I just want to say before I mention the Cowboys, I am going to say this about Philadelphia really quick. The way all of our draft boards are falling, the player that I want them to get will undeniably be there. And if he is there, I can't wait to get to it because I definitely want to talk about it. But if he is there, it's a move you make. I don't care what nobody say. But back to them boys. I'm with you. I got the same. I got the same pick for the Dallas Cowboys right here at number 20. Like I said, they gotta go heavy defense. Given what we saw last year. Obviously, they let go of Parsons. You tried to go and make a trade for Max Crosby. Obviously, that didn't work out, right? And now you don't want Max Crosby anymore. I think they got what is it, Rashawn Gary now from
Rashawn Gary from
the
Green
Green Bay
Bay.
Packers. And so you do have something there, but I think you want a little bit more for sure. You want another guy that can put pressure on opposing quarterbacks. So yeah, you go with Keldrick Falk there, edge out of Auburn, 6'6", 276 pounds. That's a big boy. That's a big dude, but he's versatile. He can move, great against the run. He can hold up double teams and things of that nature. I do think, he's a guy, again, off that edge that, off the defensive line in general, his pass rush could be a little, it could be a little better. The production isn't there as far as sacks are concerned, but I think he's a guy who relies on power, and I think he's a guy that could free up some other guys on that defensive line. So I think that's where you go.
Definitely a power guy. I want to say this about the Cowboys too, because I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle. I do love Donovan Azaroku from Boston College, who's now in the second year, and I think that he's going to be a good player for them as well. But I do think that you need to have a rotation of guys. Kev, your pick for the Cowboys at 20.
Man, my Eagles card is about to get revoked, bro.
It is what it is, bro. You just not being biased.
I'm not gonna be able to go in no forums or nothing. AJ ain't gonna talk to me for about 2 months. Looking at my board, and this is what I see happening. I see this happening, bro. They already got Bane. Jerry Jones better have a medical staff in the draft room because he's gonna have a heart attack when he see this name still up. Jamar McCoy, the best corner in the draft.
We both projected him to Jamar at 12.
Huh?
Yeah, we did.
We both have him at Dallas at 12.
I know, but I got them taking Bane at 12.
No, what I'm saying is I don't think this is going to get you revoked.
They get them both.
Yeah, I get it.
I think they're gonna end up getting them both of them, bro. That's just me. They getting Jamar McCoy, man. It is what it is. I ain't worried about it right now, but that's some good future foundational pieces. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, great pick. I mean, you get them later for sure. Next, we got the draft host city, my rival. But y'all know me on CTC. I don't show bias. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and my pick is in. And this is a guy who dropped on my board, depending on how you feel about him. I have the Steelers getting Monroe Freeling, tackle out of Georgia. Another guy who has good measurables, who has a high ceiling, but he's another project. And I think the Steelers O-line definitely needs to be revamped. They need help. And I think Monroe Freeling could be a guy that helps them. Now, the quarterback position for the Steelers is yet to be decided. Is A-Rod going back to play with McCarthy? Will they get Ty Simpson in this spot? I don't know, but I'm going Monroe Freeling here. AJ, who do you have for the Steelers?
I got the Steelers going Ty Simpson.
Well,
now, honestly, do I think they'll do it? No. But should they do it? I think so. I think they need to stop going with these old veteran quarterbacks. It's not gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna get you, but so far, maybe to the playoffs in the first round exit. But you got to start taking swings again at that quarterback position. And I think Ty Simpson is a guy to do it. I mean, 65 completion percentage out of Alabama, over 3,500 passing yards, 28 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions in 2025. He's a great anticipatory thrower. He's elite in the short intermediate area. Great football IQ, solid pocket presence. He struggles with the deep ball a little bit. That's kind of a red flag to me. He struggles to get the ball, push the ball downfield. I think he also struggles with pressure from time to time. And the fact that he's only started for 15 games is a bit of an issue for me as well. But at the end of the day, man, you got to take a swing at some point, man. You got to take a swing at the quarterback position at some point. I don't think there's any other team that's going to take him in the first round. So maybe you trade back and maybe you try to get him in the second. Maybe that's your option as well. But I think if they don't trade back, because I didn't have any trades in my mock. So if you don't trade back and you're there at 21, Why not? Might as well take a gamble and go get him. And then if you want to bring back Aaron Rodgers to a guy that he can kind of sit under, or if you want to go get another veteran guy, be my guest. But I think you got to at some point go try to get the quarterback of the future. And I think for them, it could be Ty Simpson. So I got Ty Simpson at 21 to the Steelers.
Kev, your pick is in.
I got the Steelers. Interesting board. I got the Steelers making an unconventional pick, to be honest with you. I have them. They could go receiver to me. I wouldn't be surprised if they took Omar Cooper, to be honest here.
You think they go receiver after trading for Pittman?
For who? Oh, they did get Pittman.
They traded for Michael Pittman.
You're right. Scratch that. Sorry, I forgot all about that, to be honest. Well, with that said, I'm just gonna go into it. Chase Bissonatis, but most people have him going like second round, but I think he's the second best second best guard in the draft. They need to boss up that O-line a little bit more, to be honest with you. That's what I got them rolling with. They like the trenches anyway. I mean, they come from that Howie circle. They like those offensive linemen.
Chase Biscottis, Texas A&M. Not mad at that. I hope they go Ty Simpson because I think we would light him up. But next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers on the clock. And my pick is in. And as a South Carolina fan, I'm picking too many Clemson players. But I have them going Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson. A guy who is a violent player, good first step, athletic for his size, strong hands, gives shed blocks. He might get you a surprisingly amount of sacks at that defensive tackle position. I think Jim Harbaugh would love this pick to help bolster an already really good defense. Now, some people might go O-line here, but my thing with the Chargers O-line wasn't that it was bad. It was just injury prone. Like, it was banged up a ton. They missed both of their tackles in that game. In that season. Joe Alt was hurt. Was it Rashawn Slaughter, I think, from Northwestern was hurt. I think that's the other guy. But I think the Chargers O-line will be fine when healthy, and I think they go Peter Woods. AJ, who do you have for the Chargers?
So I got Monroe going right here. Monroe Freeland.
Really?
Tackle from Georgia. Yes, I do. I have him going right here. I think that, again, you said it. The Chargers' offensive line was banged up last year. And so you could say they have talent at the position. But at the end of the day, when you have a player that everybody has all this faith in Justin Herbert, you want to do everything you can to protect him, even if you have a guy that I believe is kind of a project tackle from Georgia that you could bring in and fill in case of injuries like that, because knock on wood, hopefully it don't happen again. But if it happens again, you want to have some type of backup help to help you along the way, because as much shade as I throw at Herbert, it was rough last year. He was getting beat up quite a bit. I mean, against us, he ran for his life. I think he rushed for the most yards in the entire game. If I'm not, or no, he didn't have more than Saquon. But
no, I'm about to say Saquon had that big run.
Yeah, he had that big run, but he had the most rushing yards on his team, and so he was running for his life. I never seen him run as much, and so I think you go offensive line help here. He's not the greatest from what I've seen on tape as far as run blocking, but and he lacks a little experience, but he is athletic. He does have quick feet. He's very solid as a pass protector, and he's another guy that does pretty well dealing with the stunts and blitzes and things of that nature. So I think that's the move that they go right there at 22.
Yeah, I think if they go Freeland, I think he won't start. I think he'll be like a depth piece. I ain't mad at it because, like you said, and like we both said, O-line definitely has some injuries. But I think I ain't mad at it. Kev, who do you have for the Chargers at 22?
I got them taking. I like the Peter Woods pick. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I got them taking edge with what's his name? The edge rusher that's about to retire soon.
That's about to retire. Oh, for Khalil Mack?
Yeah, with Khalil Mack on his way out the door. I got Kendrick Flock going off the board right here.
Oh, yeah, he's still on your board. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, Kendrick Flock, I think he's going to fall a little bit. I think he could also go to Dallas too, maybe, but again, I got them taking Bain early, so yeah, I got Kendrick Flock coming off the board right here.
All right, and we're gonna move on from the Chargers. Normally, I will go first, but this is y'all team. So AJ, with the Eagles on the clock, I'm gonna let you pick first. AJ, who do you have the Eagles selecting?
I was hoping you would do that. I was hoping
Come
you
on,
would
man.
pass the baton to me, man. Let me take over for the Birds, man. If y'all ain't been paying attention to AJ's Birds, I'm doing a special draft episode pretty soon, so y'all make sure y'all tune into that. Listen, man, this pick is gonna ruffle some feathers. I know it is. Some Eagles fans are like, bro, really? This is what we doing? This is what we doing? Yes, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing with the 23rd pick in the NFL draft, right? The 2024, no, was it 2024? Whichever year we won the Super Bowl, defending champs.
2025, bro.
There we go, 2025 Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are picking Omar Cooper, receiver out of Indiana. Why? Because AJ Brown is out of here.
Why am I surprised? Why?
AJ Brown is out of here. Yes, we are making this pick right here at 23. If we trade back and he's still there, we better get him. If he is there, I think this is the move that we make. I think he pairs really well with Smitty, Hollywood, and Wick. Shout out to the additions that we made, because he's not a crazy speedster. Even though he can move, even though he can run, he's more of a physical guy, can create separation, great at breaking tackles, solid route runner. He's got reliable hands. He can play in the slot. He can play on the outside. I think this is perfect for what the Eagles want to do. He's also really good at making catches in tight coverage. I think this is the perfect fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I understand we do have some other positions that we want to fill. We have the safety position that is still a question. We could end up trading up for a safety. I wouldn't be mad at that. Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, both of those guys debated retirement in the offseason. So offensive line is something that we always look at, and we know how Howie Roseman is when it comes to the offensive line. But at the end of the day, if you still want to compete for a championship, you cannot trade A.J. Brown without someone else coming in the door to help fill those shoes. Devontae's your number one, and Omar Cooper Jr., receiver out of Indiana, is your number two receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we shut the draft down, man. We shut it down after that, man. It's over with. It's over with after that, man. You might as well
before
Get out of here.
picks after that, man. That's what we do.
Before Kev makes his pick, two things. One, AJ, I'm gonna hit you after the mock draft episode to talk about your draft show, because we normally go live on the first round. So I'm gonna hit you.
Okay.
Two.
Oh yeah, okay.
Don't forget that catch against Penn State was Omar Cooper Jr. to win it. That was an insane pass and catch against Penn State. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It was crazy. Indiana might not have been undefeated if he don't make that catch. Kev, who is your pick for the Eagles?
Man, all these receivers in here. I'm just gonna spoil Carl right now. Why take Omar when you can get Chris Bell in the second round? What we doing?
I like Chris Bell. And then, hey, hold on. Kev.
Yeah.
Y'all pick after us. Y'all don't even do us a favor taking Chris Bell in the second round. Never mind. Go ahead.
So yeah. But I got us taking O-line. It's either gonna be Monroe Freeland if he fall, or they're gonna go get him because they just.
I thought he was off your board already.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
But the consensus pick for me, I keep running into every single time, is the offensive tackle out of Arizona State, who's also a freak of nature. Max Inhenaker, or whatever his name is.
I gotta read it.
Inhenaker.
Max Enocker. We're just
Yeah,
gonna go with
something
that.
like that.
Mad
Yeah.
match. I feel you.
I got Big Dog coming off the board. He's the perfect prototype of offensive lineman. They've already been saying that just because Jeff Stoutland isn't there doesn't mean that we still not following that same philosophy of that particular type of offensive lineman. And they saying also that if a guy like that, we draft a guy like that, it might even give Jeff Stoutland a reason to want to work with him. So I don't have us going a receiver first round unless we get like a Jordan Tyson or something like that. I just don't. I can't see it. I was trying my best. I tried to try it on my thing. I can't see it happening. I don't think he's that caliber of a guy to where we go out of our way to go receiver right there. We got plenty of options in the second round.
My only pushback to that. Look, my only pushback to
My
that
bad. Go
is
ahead,
you
Carl.
have Smitty. He don't have to be that caliber guy with Smitty there.
You don't. You're right. But again, they want a certain style of guy, and he does fit what you place him with AJ. But it's
I'm not saying he's a strong receiver.
I know he is, but I'm just saying though.
It's literally perfect.
By the way,
I know people now high on Wicks and stuff like that, but they love that guy. Like
I like Wicks.
And you know how he famous for going to get people that he couldn't draft. Like if he missed you in the draft, he gonna go get you when he can.
I like Wicks.
I mean, Wick's not receiver 2 though. Like he not.
Nah, he not. But again,
he gonna compete for receiver 3 with Hollywood.
They feel like he got the upside to be receiver 2. So I don't got them going receiver just off the strength of we replacing AJ with this guy. That'd be crazy. Cause he ain't AJ. He ain't AJ.
No, we're replacing AJ with Devontae at receiver 1, and we're replacing Devontae.
He ain't Smitty either.
2, and we filling in from there.
He ain't Smitty either. I'm sorry.
I get what AJ.
I agree to disagree.
I'm not on the AJ
vision,
philosophy
Carl.
either. I'm not on your, but I'm not with your philosophy either though.
But you see it though. You see
I
it.
see
I agree to disagree. I'm sorry, especially with.
I feel
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kev.
No, I disagree to disagree. I don't see. I'm thinking from a hobby perspective too. I just don't see him doing that with an offensive lineman like that on the board. Now, who your top offensive lineman on the board right now? With
mine on the board. So my top offensive lineman on the board might not be y'all pick though.
It might not be, but who is it? The top two
on the board right now is probably, I would say Max and Caleb Loma.
Okay, and who your top two, AJ?
I got looks like Blake Miller and Caden Proctor.
Oh, see, I
you
don't
got
got them
Proctor on the
taking
board.
Caden now. Not now. I don't see them taking Caden, but I even see us trading back to be honest. So I don't see us taking the wide receiver first round unless it's Tyson to be honest. I think that's the guy they're in love with in the first round. That's just my opinion though. I wouldn't be too enthused about being Omar. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be cool, but I'd be like, all right.
Shoot.
That's just me personally. Well, we can move along.
Buddy, a dog.
So my pick is in. I'll let the Eagles fans go first as they team. And I'm on the philosophy of Kev. But Kev said this player's name earlier, and I said interesting. And I could see y'all trading back and still getting this guy. I have the Eagles selecting Chase Posadas out of Texas A&M.
Oh, God, we do need God too, though, yeah.
But there's the thing, though. He was also a tackle before he moved to guard, so he has the position versatility.
They like that, too.
Yeah, and I know the Eagles love that, so that's why I have the Eagles getting Chase Posadas here. Like I said, he played tackle, but he was a guard. I mean, he played tackle before moving to guard. He's strong, and he has really good balance, and he'll be with guys like Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata. He'll have guys that can coach him up. Jason Kelsey, I know he's a center, but he's still a real retrieve. I said retrieve. What am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. He's real thought of as an O-lineman in general. He can give him some pointers and stuff like that. So I think they go Chase Posadas. And like I said, the Eagles can even move back, and he still may be there. So with that being said,
I like that pick.
I figured y'all like it.
I think we would trade back and get him though.
That's what I said. I said y'all could trade back and still get him, but I figured you like that pick. That being said, we go back to the Cleveland Browns on the clock at 24, and it's my turn again. And with the 24th pick, I got the Browns getting Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington, who I love Denzel Boston.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Denzel Boston, he got some speed. He's good in the open field. Yak guy, good hands. He also can make some contested catches. Decent route. I would say solid route runner. I love me some Denzel Boston out of Washington. Was the main guy there. Put up numbers with Damar Williams. I think he'll do great with Cleveland. He has a tight end with Harold Fanning. He has a deep threat with Isaiah Bond. He got I ain't gonna call him his nickname. He got Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy's still there. I want to say he's still there. I don't think he's a free agent. I think he'll come into Cleveland and do well. So give me Denzel Boston to the Browns. AJ, your pick is in.
I got Blake Miller, tackle out of Clemson, going to the Browns right here. Like I said, you got to bolster their offense. You got to for the Browns. I'm just looking at the trenches. You can go a lot of different ways. I went edge earlier. Now I'm just going to the offensive line now. I mean, he's got great mobility. He's very smart out there. Got great football IQ. He's great with his hands. And really good in pass protection. So I think he's a plug and play starter for the Cleveland Browns potentially at the position for your vet in college. And so anybody that you could bring in that has that experience, I think is important for them, for the Browns on the offensive line to help Shador Sanders, give him some time to throw the football from the pocket. So I got Blake going there. And yeah, Joe, you already know, man, AJ out of there. I'm sorry, he gone, bro. I ain't trying to deal with that no more. I love you, AJ, bro. Respect it. I'm not gonna be mad if AJ stays. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm like, all right, let's rock out. I'm not gonna be, but I'm trying to see us. I'm trying to see us go get a youngster and let Devontae go crazy. That's what I'm trying to see. So,
You got time.
All right, Kev, your pick for the Browns is in. Who do you have?
I got them taking Omar
Cooper
on the wire. Yeah, I got him taking Omar Cooper, man.
If this happens, I will be pissed. I will be pissed if this happens, bro. Pissed if this happens, bro. Oh my gosh, yes, I will be.
They already got their offensive lineman. I ain't gonna lie, I missed your pick, AJ. Who you had them taking?
Ruben Bain, right?
Brad. I got talking about the Browns, right? I got them taking Blake Miller.
Nah, the first.
The first pick I got them taking. Yeah, Ruben Bain.
Blake Miller.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
My fault.
I like Blake Miller too. I ain't gonna lie. I like him as a prospect, but yeah, I got them taking Omar Cooper here. They need a receiver to pair with Shador, whoever they go game as a quarterback. Who knows at this point? I'm sure it should be Shador day one, or is it gonna be Deshaun Watson?
We talked about that earlier. It's rumored.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, he's not a bad prospect. I just don't see Philly. Like if we had a different GM, didn't have Howie in mind, I can see us doing that, but I don't see Howie making that move. So I got Cleveland running with Omar Cooper.
Yeah, I like receiver here. I think we all went O-line for one of the picks, and then receiver. No, AJ didn't go receiver.
AJ went O-line, D-line.
Yeah, O-line, D-line. But I like O-line receiver. We're moving on to the Chicago Bears. Shout out Caleb Williams, got the Bears to the second round. I think that was further than what Mr. Trubisky did, right? Because y'all beat them in the first round, correct?
So.
Of the double doink.
Yep. Classic.
Yep. I ain't gonna lie. I think I was rooting for the Bears because of my boy Luke. But no offense to y'all, it's just that was my guy in college. But anyway,
I feel you.
My pick is in for the Bears, and I have the Bears getting Akeem Mesidor, edge out of Miami. I think this is a spot where it's great value here. Late first round, you get a first round. Edge rusher who's very aggressive. Again, has some injury concerns. But when he does play, he does make plays, and he's very athletic. So I think that helps the Bears D-line out a ton, which will, in theory, help their secondary out, who was a little banged up. Kyler Gordon was banged up. Jalen Johnson was banged up. So I think they get Akeem Mesidor here. And AJ, your pick for the Bears.
So I got the Chicago Bears going safety out of Toledo. I got them going Emmanuel McKeel Warren. That's where I got McNeil Warren. Reminds me of what's bro for the Wolves, Nikhil Alexander Walker. That's what his name kind of remind me of.
Almost on the Hawks now. He left the Wolves and he's prospering.
Right. Yeah. And he balling. Yeah, he balling. Yeah. But no, I got them going there with that pick. Just a guy that can create turnovers, man. 11 forced fumbles, 5 interceptions throughout his college career. Can play a little box safety too here and there. Physical, got some range to him. Pretty decent in coverage. He got some inconsistencies here and there. He kind of, he's blown some coverages here and there, but he's shown some promise at the position. So I think they go there with their pick.
Kev, 25.
I like Akeem Mesidor here. I'm not going to lie. I do like him here, but I got different plans for him. So I think at this point, this is where Peter Woods comes off the board.
I ain't mad at that.
And the Bears get that D-line, get that inside. pressure the inside, most of the inside of that D line, and that's my top guy on the board that matches with their needs. To be honest with you,
I ain't mad at that. He's just off my board at this point. I'm definitely not mad at Peter Woods. We're gonna move on because it's getting kind of late. We're gonna move on to the Bills. Shout out Mr. Four times, Josh Allen, 4 turnovers. I gotta get my shot in. But the Bills, my pick is on the clock, and they traded for a receiver in DJ Moore, and I think they go and get another one. I think the GM they love Josh Allen. Obviously, he said he's seen Josh Allen's look after that playoff loss, and that kind of in turn made him fire Sean McDermott. I'm paraphrasing. This isn't a full quote. I'm paraphrasing. So I think he go get Omar Cooper out of Indiana, and you pair Omar Cooper with DJ Moore, Khalil Shakur, Keon Coleman. You gonna have to step your game up, brother, and I am rooting for you. Shout out to Spartans. But I think Omar Cooper is just going to be a guy who can make tough catches for them, who can create separation, a strong receiver, a solid route runner. I think the Bills go receiver here and get Omar Cooper. I was thinking safety at first, but then they signed CJ GJ and they got Geno Stone. So I was like, nah. And I like their linebackers. So and Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano, even though Matt Milano's constantly hurt. So I went to the offensive side of the ball and got Omar Cooper Jr. AJ, who do you have for the Bills?
So right here for the Buffalo Bills, them boys was 28th last year against the run. They could not stop the run and save their life. I thought about receiver, right? But seeing as they already made the trade for DJ Moore, I didn't think they would reach for one right here. Seeing as though you might be able to get one in the I think they got a second round pick, so you might be able to get a solid one in the second round if the receiver. Okay, it might have been. I think it was. Was it traded? I thought they traded.
I think it was. I'm not sure. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, I don't think they gave away, or they might have gave a second in their fourth, maybe. But either way, I know
traded away.
They gave away the second. Okay. So they may go receiver.
I'm sorry, AJ. I'm gonna read the whole trade out. The Bills got DJ Moore from the Bears in March and the fifth overall pick. Excuse me, 5th round pick. Jesus Christ, 5th round pick in this draft in exchange for their second round pick.
Got you. So so they may go receiver. That is a very solid pick. But like I said, they struggled against the run quite a bit. So I got them going and getting an elite run stopping defensive lineman in Caden McDonald. I think he's the direction that they go in. Like I said, he comes in. I think he helps immensely with that run defense. Like I said, great against the run. A lot of strength. Very violent with his hands. Can shed blocks. So I think that literally fits their need. So I think that's the direction that they go in.
So the reason why I'm gonna disagree with you here is because of Big Ed Oliver, and allegedly I'm seeing that they're supposed to be running a 3-4. So if you get a D tackle with Ed Oliver, maybe they maybe they'll have a Greg Russo on one side and like an outside linebacker on another, and then have Russo and McDonald. But that's why I kind of stayed away from the trenches. And I also think a lot of that was due in part too. I think Matt Milano was out for a lot. Terrell Bernard was out. So I think that kind of has something to do with their run defense. But I'm not mad at the philosophy of building to stop the run. I thought you were going to go linebacker, though.
Yeah, I did too.
Fair.
But, and yes, Jeff, we all got Omar Cooper Jr. going 3 different places. Kev is on the clock.
And we see this, Kev. We see that. We see that you keep on talking about Deshaun ain't starting for the Browns, but he better not, bro. That's why he threw that comment up there twice. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, Joe. Cut it
That's
out.
why I said I guess you ain't hear it. I was like, yeah, we kind of talked about that earlier, but I don't think Joe was here when we talked about it, because when we talked about it during the Browns first round pick, I kind of brought it up like, yeah, it doesn't seem like Shador is the penciled in starter, and then you talked about Deshaun Watson.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got Akeem Messador going to the Bills. Edge. I think they take edge, but to circle back, I do like personally. I like Caden McDonald over Peter Woods. Me personally.
Really?
So, if I was a Bears GM, I would have took him, but I don't see. I think most of the GMs or the NFL circles, they, you know what I'm saying, they got Peter Woods a little higher. So, but yeah,
I like Peter Woods. I feel like Peter Woods. I feel like Clemson in general just didn't perform as well as he was supposed to. That goes to TJ Parker. That goes to Peter Woods. That just goes to the whole offense, defense, everything. But I think Peter Wisdom is the best D tackle in the draft. But we can agree to disagree. We're going to move on from the Bills to Dave's 49ers. Both of y'all don't like the 49ers. In the 49ers, my pick is in. And I have the 49ers getting Ty Simpson. No, I'm playing. I have the 49ers getting just a Brock Purdy joke. But I be trolling Dave with Brock Purdy sometimes. But Caleb Lomu, tackle out of Utah. They need O-line help, 100%. And I feel like Trent Williams will be a great teacher to Caleb Lomu, who played with Spencer Fanu at Utah. Caleb Lomu is athletic, has good balance, and he's good in space. So I think that'll be good to help protect Brock Purdy, who can actually run Brock Purdy, that is actually a better athlete. He's a decent athlete. But I like Caleb Lomu here to bolster that O-line. AJ, who do you have for the 49ers?
Their defense was awful last year, and one of the biggest issues that they have is they couldn't create pressure on the quarterback. I understand they had some issues at that position as well, some injuries at that position as well, but they couldn't create no pressure, so quarterbacks had all day back there. So with that in mind, I went with Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M. Elite speed. He got great bending ability. He's very diverse. He's got a very high motor. So that's where I'm going with that pick right there. I think they got to get some help on that defensive line.
I love Cassius Howe. I love that pick. Kev.
I do too. I just feel like he's been falling. I feel like he's been falling a lot. He might even slide to the second round for some reason. It's some red flags I've been like reading about this team. But yeah, for the 49ers, I think they go O-line. I'm actually going to run with Blake Miller though. I think Blake Miller is a better fit for what they like to do. So I'm with Carl, but I see Blake Miller going to the 49ers over Lomu. I still have Lomu on my board, by the way. So,
all right, cool. Yeah. We move on to the Houston Texans, who also need O-line help, but CJ Stroud, that's not an excuse for you, buddy. And with my pick being in for the Houston Texans, I have Max here. Max Ian Arthur from Arizona State, who's another project player. Started playing football late. Very raw prospect, but he has really good lateral quickness. And they need a tackle. They lost what's his name to the Commanders last year, Laramie Tunsil to Commanders last season. They need a tackle. They need to protect CJ. And this is me, him, and Miller are like the best tackles left on my board. But I think they go Max here. AJ, who do you have for the Texans?
You said it for me. You said it for me as far as them needing our offensive line help. I think they need it bad. They might want to go quarterback. I don't even know who available at quarterback, but the way CJ been looking, I mean, I might have to reach. I might have to, hey, who available? But of course, I wouldn't do that. I will, but I wouldn't at the same time. I would think about it. I'm going Caden Proctor here, out of Alabama. He is still on my board. Obviously, he got the elite size, lane pass, very strong, a lot of power, very, very effective against as a run blocker, very effective, very agile. So that's what I'm going for the Texans.
Kev, Houston Texans, pick is in.
I've been saying since day one that CJ Stroud hype was a little iffy. Very iffy, a little questionable. I got him taking Garrett Newsom. Saying,
that's my guy.
I got him taking Caleb Lomu. I think Lomu comes off the board here. We get a little offensive lineman, get the finisher off the back end of the draft a little bit. They need that O-line help, man. That man be running for his life, and he can't even run that much, to be honest. So. Yeah, Caleb Lomu is my pick. They can't pass up on him.
All right, now we're going back to the Kansas City Chiefs, which this might be controversial for y'all. But I have the Chiefs taking another cornerback. I have them going Colton Hood.
Another one?
Yes. They lost two. I do think
Andy Reid.
I know. That's what I said. It's very controversial. I mean, I could go Blake Miller here. They lost. You know what? Am I changing this on the spot? Because they did lose Juwan Taylor.
No, I mean, stick with your pick. I'm
sticking. Yeah, I'm sticking with Colin Hood. I'm sticking with Colin Hood out of Tennessee, another man guy who actually could play some zone, but he's mainly a man guy. At Tennessee, he did very well in the absence of Jamal McCoy. And now you have both of your corners replaced by in this first round, and the rest of the draft free reign to help out the Kansas City Chiefs. I know, very controversial. I will admit, but I have them getting Colin Hood out of Tennessee. AJ, who do you have for the Chiefs?
I'm gonna one up.
So the reason why I told you not
don't
to do
tell
it
me
is because I felt like I was stupid.
Oh my God!
I went with the quarterback position. I didn't go with that player, but I went with the position.
Went with Chris Johnson?
And when I went back and looked, I was like, no, I went with what's his last name Terrell. I think it's
Avion
Terrell.
Avion Terrell on your board.
Yeah, I went with Avion Terrell at this position. So I mean, we already broke it down earlier in the draft. He's great in man coverage. He got great football IQ. He's a little light, you know. He's one of those guys that people question as far as his size is concerned. But ever since Devontae Smith, I stopped questioning that. I know it's a different position, but if you can play, you can play. So yeah, I also have them taking 2 corners. I thought I was looking at like, dang, should I switch it? But then when you said it, I was like, okay, well, I don't sound as crazy. So I got them going with Terrell here out of Clemson.
I almost put Chris Johnson because the Chiefs like to get corners out the group of 5. LaJarius Sneed was a group of 5 corner. I believe Julian Watson, was a group of 5 corner. They like getting corners out the group of 5, but I also put Hood. Huh?
What's the group of 5?
So in college football, you know, you got the power conferences, you got the Big 10, the SEC, the Big 12. The group of 5 conferences, basically the Mountain West, Conference USA, stuff like that. But who's your pick for the Chiefs? Okay.
I'm more controversial than you, Carl. Stick with me now. Stick with me. To get that corner situation you're talking about, the last time Andy Reid went and got 2 corners was Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown. That was first and second round, though. Not both the first round. I like Avion Terrell. He's one of my favorite corners in the draft, but I just feel like he's going to keep falling due to technical difficulties of his size and his 40 time being 2 huge negatives when it comes to prototypical corners in the NFL and who you're going up against. So I think I got him slide to the second round. But I got the Chiefs. I had him take corner first round, second best corner in the draft, Mansell Delane.
Whoa.
No. He went to them at 19 and 9.
No. You said Mansell Delaney the second best corner?
Yeah, I got McCoy better than him.
I got Mansell Delaney number 1, but continue.
I like McCoy over him. It's just personal preference. You know what I'm saying? It's close though. It ain't like a big drop off, but I prefer McCoy over him. But I got the Chiefs taking Malachi Lawrence, edge, UCF. This is the type of guy that I see Andy Reid going to go get because of his upside. He may not be the product. He might not be considered a first round guy right now because he's kind of raw. But this is a guy that his upside, he can be dangerous. And to pair him with
George Karlaftis.
Who?
George Karlaftis.
Yes. It's gonna be nasty.
Who I wanted the Lions to draft in that draft. He went, I think, third round.
Oh, yeah, Karlaftis. I knew he was going to be a dog. But yeah, Malachi Lawrence is who I got coming off the board right there.
Hey, this was a Joe comment that I didn't see. I don't know why it didn't pop up as a new comment, but that was for the 49ers. If you don't know who Peyton Woodring is the kicker for Georgia. So he made a joke about the 49ers picking Peyton Woodring in the first round because they picked Jake Moody in the third round a couple years ago, and he's no longer with the team. But so shout out to Joe. I don't know why I didn't see that, but that's funny. We're moving on to the Miami Dolphins. Now Miami has 2 picks. Why am I flipping the paper? Miami has 2 picks by trading Jalen Waddle to the Broncos, so the Broncos don't have a pick. But my pick is in for Miami, and I got them drafting Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. Now, Chris Johnson, 6-foot corner. He can come up and tackle. San Diego State had a really good defense, and I think Chris Johnson was a very valuable piece in that really good defense for the San Diego State Aztecs. He plays really good man corner He can play some zone. I love Chris Johnson. I feel like if Chris Johnson probably went to a Power 4 school, he might be talked about as a top 3 corner in this draft. But I have the Dolphins getting a cornerback after getting a receiver to replace Waddle with Mekhi Lemon. They get Chris Johnson. AJ, who do you have for the Dolphins?
I got the Dolphins going offensive line this late right here. Tackle out of Arizona State, Max
Yeah, bro, just say Max.
Anchor. just gonna call him Max. Just gonna call him Max. Another guy with great size, 6'6", 321 pounds, great mobility and things of that nature. Exceptional against the pass and mirroring defensive linemen. I think he's the pick for them at that spot.
All right, Kev, your pick for the Dolphins, and then the last two we just want to speed round it.
That's cool. New coach, defensive background. I'm going defense. Give me Carlton Hood. I like TJ Parker right there, but I'm going Carlton Hood.
Yeah, I almost switched it. I almost went Chris Johnson to the Chiefs and Colin Hood to the Dolphins, but I ended up doing the reverse. But all right, last two picks. We have the Super Bowl runner-ups, the New England Patriots at 31. My pick is in. Now, I had Cassius Howe here, but I don't know. I went same team, different side of the ball. I went KC Concepcion here out of Texas A&M. AJ, who do you have for the Pats?
I think post-draft, the Patriots, they trade for A.J. Brown. And I think they also draft Denzel Boston out of Washington.
Ditto.
Okay. Oh, you got Denzel too?
Yeah, I like Chris Bell right here, to be honest. If he was to sneak in there, I think he goes here, but I got Denzel Boston.
Yeah, Denzel Boston's off my board. That's why I went KC Concepcion. Mm-hmm. And the last pick, now I might throw y'all off. The Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. My pick is in. We have Adrian Price, running back out of Notre Dame, as my pick here to the Seahawks. AJ.
Interesting.
Who?
I went
Adrian Price.
Oh, shoot.
The running back from Notre Dame.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
I went, because they did lose Super Bowl MVP, so they got to replace that position for sure. But I went with T.J. Parker out of Clemson, edge rusher.
Kev.
I went, shoot, what was it at? What I had? Oh, I think this is where I'm going to let Avion Terrell come off the bullhead. Because I know they like Josh Jobe over there, but they got to, you know what I'm saying, they like, walk. They got to solidify that corner spot a little bit more. And Josh Jobe, I feel like it's just a temporary fix that's just been holding up. Avion Terrell is way, he fits in that defense perfectly.
All right, and that is the 2026 first round mock draft. Side note, I'm about to let y'all backstage for a second. This man Kev said, man, hey, look, I think we should do something to break the internet. We should do all 7 rounds. I said, hey, bruh, you know how long it takes us to do the first? You see, y'all, I don't know if y'all see that. It says we've been live for 2 hours just doing the first round. Now you multiply that by 7, you got to go out of work.
He crazy. We
got to start like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We about to speed round every pick. Every pick is a speed round. We ain't explaining nothing. Pick, move on. But appreciate y'all who stuck with us. Again, this is a collab between Carl Talking College, my show, college football, college basketball, and Timeout, / AJ Birds with my boy AJ, and appreciate Kev as always for giving us his time, part of the R2L community, one of the first people part of the community, and again, an opinion I trust when it comes to players. So with that being said, we're going to do last words. AJ, last words.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the collab today, man. It's always fun doing these mock drafts. It gets me right back in that mindset and that mode to talk about the draft. Every time I do this, I get even more excited to watch the draft, to kind of line my picks up. Let's see where this player fell, who's still on my board that's still, so it's always a fun thing to do, man. I'm interested in seeing what my Birds do. I'm interested in seeing what the Ravens do. I'm interested in seeing what the rivals do. It should be a fun draft. Like I said, we deep at a lot of different positions, so it should be fun. But I appreciate the collab as usual. And then shout out to my boy Kev, my fellow Eagle brother. We don't always agree, but we on the same team. We fly together. We fly together. You know what I mean? So that's my dog. And, of course, appreciate everybody watching my channel. Appreciate everybody watching with R2L community. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. And if you're watching on my channel and this is your first time hearing from my guy Carl, CTC, Carl talking college, this man, first off, the man know all sports. Let's be clear. He know all sports pretty well, but when it comes to that college, that boy bring up names you never heard of. Like it's the man is like a dictionary when it comes to college sports. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like, show him some love, especially if y'all are into college football, college basketball, things of that nature. But outside of that, man, that's all I got.
Appreciate you. And I want to shout out Joe for producing this whole background change. Y'all kept seeing me swap through. That was all Joe. So definitely shout out to Joe on the production. Kev, last words.
Yeah, last word. I appreciate it, fella. Appreciate this opportunity. Man, I love the draft, man. The draft is like the one thing in the NFL, or one of the few that like no one has been yet to master. Like you can't. It's hard to predict. You can have all these consensus picks and think this person gonna go there. It's always gonna be some guys that nobody was thinking of, or certain teams gonna make certain moves and make some guys gonna either gain notoriety or some guys gonna put their job on the line. You know, so it's always a fun task of seeing these guys get drafted. Matter of fact, shout out to all the guys who draft eligible in the first place, like all the work they put in. These guys then spent half their lives probably just getting prepared for this moment. So shout out to them for making it to this point. But yeah, man, it's all a part of the football off season, man. Keep it going, to be honest. It's a 360 thing. It never stops. It keeps the mojo going as far as like the interest and just fly Eagles fly.
All right, my last words, man. Appreciate y'all boys for giving me your time. Shout out, man, to the Ravens. We just dropped some uniform. I didn't say it probably 3 times, but man, it's been forever since I've seen some uniform changes. So that's why I bring it up, because I don't. What was the last time we changed uniform? Like 2001 or something like that, 02, something like that, whatever. But also, man, just good luck to everybody in the draft. We have a draft show next Thursday from 8 to 12. Kev's normally a part of that. I think Kev told me he's on for that. So we will live watch the draft. We talk about each pick. It's a 4-hour episode, man. I got 3 water bottles today, but probably had 4 for that show. So I stay hydrated. But one thing I do want to say, man, the UFL, man, it's been some really good football. We had another game. We had Thursday night football tonight. Louisville beat the Houston Gamblers by 2 in overtime. So shout out to Louisville for their first win on the season. The Gamblers fall to 1-3. Louisville moves to 1-3. We got some football tomorrow with the UFL. And last but not least, man, like I said, man, everybody good luck with the draft. But like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the network. Speaking of the network, we have shows on the network. Those shows are the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave, which we took their spot today, but they will be back Saturday morning. I know I will be a part of the show. AJ, are you coming on Saturday to talk about the playoffs? Oh, nah, I think you got work, right?
Did you ask me just now?
Yeah.
What you say? I ain't catch the question. What you say? My bad.
Did you are you coming on Saturday morning to talk about the playoffs?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to. No.
We know Kev ain't coming on. Them boys ain't making no type of noise in the, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
forever. Don't do me like that, man.
I mean, last year ain't forever. But anyway, well, we're gonna move on. We got Unfazed featuring this guy right here, AJ and Joe. Y'all going live next week?
Yeah, we're going live tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. There we go.
Yep.
Tomorrow. You got a time yet or no?
We think 8:30.
8:30 your time or 8:30?
8:30 my time, 9:30 your
8:30. Yep. So 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time. So please check that out. Very fun debate show with Joe and AJ. We have BWT Baseball with Teddy. Teddy, I have a voice message I'm about to come in the chat with, but my Tigers down 2 outs. Got to win 6 straight, swept back-to-back series. AJ's Twins actually swept my Tigers in a 4-game series. I'm mad about that. But, yeah, man, we're finally above 500. But make sure y'all check out BWT Baseball with Teddy. He dropped an episode recently. We have Coach Coombs. I'm not going to say this on live because I don't know if he announced it yet, so we're going to still call it FFC. But Coach Coombs, Fantasy Football Show, be on the lookout for him. Draft night, he may be with us, but he does a lot of fantasy football talk, so make sure you tune into that. RBO, Real Ballers Only, is Magic. They on the verge. They better win them all or they out the playoffs. But NBA show featuring Vaughn. So make sure whenever he drops an episode, you tune into that. We have Dave's Doghouse highlights.
His boy been looking a little suspect out there, man. I
hate to see it. I hate to see it. I hate to see it for him. He definitely got to show up and show out tomorrow. Dave's Doghouse highlights and lowlights of sport. So make sure you check that out. I think he did an episode last week. And we have In the Red Corner boxing show, boxing episodes featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. Featuring they just focus on nothing but boxing. They go live on Sundays, not every Sunday, but when they do go live, it is on Sunday at 6:30. So make sure you check them out for all your boxing needs. And the last two shows are newer additions to the channel. We have Zero Sports Talk with Griffey, who does pre-recorded episodes and drops them. So make sure you just subscribe to the R2L channel and look out for those. And we have AJ Spurs on Timeout for Timeout, where he goes live, and you don't know what you're going to get from AJ. He could be, just passionately. I think the last two episodes have been rage episodes where he's just letting out a bunch of anger. So tune in, because you're going to get some entertainment for sure. And Kev, I want to say this too. I dropped the ball last year. I'm going to do it this year for sure, though. If we predict a pick correctly, I will timestamp it, and I will have it out as a reel. So I'm going to try my best to not drop the ball on that this year. I did it I dropped the ball last year. So I got you. But please like, comment, share, subscribe to all the channels on the network. It helps the network grow. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. That's all I got for you. Oh, we got for y'all today. I'll be back Thursday. AJ and Joe will be back tomorrow. But we are gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.